and welcome to a very, very special edition of Cubs on Tap live stream 999 at nearly 9. I am not Ron. Ron's on his way. Ron's getting prepared. He's getting himself psyched up for such a special opportunity. And there is the man himself, Ronald Luce. Ron, let me tell you something. I've seen the Great Wall of China. I've seen the pyramids of Egypt. I've been to the Titanic. Great moments, Ron, derive from great opportunities. And tonight, Ronald, we have that opportunity tonight. And unfortunately, we're already a half inning down. Nico Horner, if you're watching, leadoff hit, love to see it, but we're already down just a little bit. But if it was easy, everyone would do it. It wasn't easy back in the 1700s when Great Britain was pushing us around. And what did we do? We just beat them in a war. World War I, what did we do? We won. World War II, we won. And tonight, we have that opportunity again to experience greatness. Ron, how are you, buddy? I tried to do it the most.
You did it very much. That was better than anything I could have done, dude. Actually, I'm doing really well. I'm actually starving. I haven't eaten since like noon. So these are going to taste delicious. I got 3 of them already for those that are curious. They're all dialed up. We got stuff on them too. These are not just plain hot dogs. We got some condiments on them, some sport peppers, some celery salt, a little mustard. The comment section already going nuts. Hey, how are you, everybody? I am drinking water tonight, Mr. Scott from Iowa. These are Busch Lights. It's only appropriate with how hot Mr. Michael Busch has been lately. Hello, everybody. I see you in the comments. Hello. AJ, you got this. Thank you. Hot dogs, brownies, people, live. I did my hair. I actually had a wake today, so that's why we're running a little late. I apologize. I literally sprinted to get back home. I mean, it was something, and Hendricks is already an out through the bottom of the first. So guess what?
Rolling.
Bottoms up. Here we go, baby.
Well, Ron, I know it's you that's doing the 999 challenge, but I mean, I can't go through this whole thing with that at least cracking a bush for Bush, right?
I love it. I support it. Oh God. All right. I need to get into these hot dogs now before we really fall behind. I don't know if chugging the beer was the best move right off the jump like that, but
all right. So 999. Obviously, most of the guys and girls here listening and watching know, but 999, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings.
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from, to be honest with you. All of a sudden, it just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and everybody's like,
yeah,
can you eat 9 and 9 and 9? So for reference, I've eaten 17 hot dogs in one game once, 16 on another occasion, 13 on another occasion. That 13, actually, a large number of the on-tap people have actually seen that as well.
That's what I'd heard.
But, hey, man, we're rolling. I'll tell you what, though. This cannot be a pitcher's duel. Otherwise, we're going to have a really bad time.
For your sake, it cannot be a pitcher's duel because we have got 1 out in the bottom of the first. And you look like you are scorching down your first hot dog, which, by the way, I'm going to be honest, I can't believe you're doing this with the toppings on it, especially if we're going 9 and 9.
I'll be honest with you. When we get to 7, 8, and 9, they might just be plain at that point. But at least for the first few, I'm going to enjoy them. I mean,
well, hey, no matter how good or bad it gets, I'm right here in the foxhole with you.
I appreciate that. I truly do. Doing this by myself would be so miserable.
It would be bad. Oh, it would be bad. But this just stuff like this, like tonight, right now, I'm just already excited. I'm psyched up now to I want to call Joey Chestnut. I want to see if he wants to just jump on and give you some words of encouragement.
Hey, I would appreciate that. This is a really fun comment. First off, thanks for the love, everybody. I know we're watching along live. Jeremiah, who the hell is this we? He says, we should do this every month. No, maybe a live stream like this. Dip the dogs in the beer if you're desperate. Absolutely not. That is one thing I refuse to do today. We will not get to that point. Like, I'm not dipping anything in anything because that's when it gets gross. You know what I mean? Like, that's when we get into like bad territory.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, so where are you at on your beer right now?
The first beer is gone.
Oh, there you
I
go.
chugged it. I chugged it. We're already almost two hot dogs deep, folks. This is gonna be easy. We got a late start, so I'm like frantically running around still. As the players do after the first inning, they settle in. I'm gonna settle in. And we're gonna be great. I'm already burping though, dude. This is gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
I might kill myself with the burps tonight. Like, that might be the worst part of this whole thing. For anybody that's curious, is watching us and not the Cubs game, it's 0-0. There's one man on. Hendricks is about to end the inning, but we're on pace. Wow.
Oh, by the way, so tell everybody why are you doing this?
So if you follow along with our dinger picks, which are actually getting posted right now, you'll know that amongst the whole dinger crew and the Cubs on tap guys, there is only one notable thing, is that I am the only person with a goose egg. So that's what we're doing this for. We are literally doing this to give the baseball gods the juju that is needed so I can get on the freaking board, because I can't put up a goose egg. I just can't.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices for the team.
Exactly.
Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games had to make a sacrifice. Frodo Baggins, Lord of the Rings. Nobody wanted to take the ring to Mordor.
Facts.
But one person. Ronald Luce, 0 dingers.
None.
Something's got to give.
Something.
So I guess you could say this is you taking one for our team right now. Not just for Ron, but like, because when Ron picks somebody, we want him to hit a home run. Like, we want everybody on the list to hit a home run. So it's kind of sad to see Ron with that big fat 0 every single time that we post the clip on Twitter and X or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we all want to see Ron go from 0 to maybe even like juice territory of like what, 6 or 7. Where's he at right now?
He's at 7.
That's unbelievable. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, he should have bought a lottery ticket.
He really should have. He wasted his luck on the frickin' on this frickin' Dingers challenge, man. Jeremiah asked who I have tonight. I went off the fucking wall. Absolutely off the wall.
Who did you go with?
I went with Alexander Canario.
Wow. Well,
that's where I went tonight. That's where I went tonight because I think it's going to work out in my favor.
Well, didn't he hit a bomb in his first game up last season?
I think so.
I believe he did.
Or his first start. I think it was his first start.
Christopher Morel with a single up the middle. Love to see it.
Because, you're ahead of me. Up there.
I may just be a cat. I'll wait a second every
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let it ruin. I do have to give a quick shout out here. So Fake Ball Coach is somebody I know. He's one of my coaches from college. He's an OG. Coach Casson is listening. Shout out Coach Casson, the absolute legend of a human being. Coach, I hope I'm doing you guys proud. This one honestly, low high key. So I told everybody here, I was at a wake today. Coach D'Ambrosio was one of my college coaches at St. Xavier. He passed away in early April. Today was the wake. This tonight is in honor of the legend Coach D, because he would make up some incredible word to describe the stupid thing I'm doing. And then he would laugh about it, and he would hit me with some Paisan type comment. And it would be absolutely incredible. So I'm doing this for Coach D, and big shout out to the coaches. Hello, Coach Casson. I miss you. I miss all you guys. You too, Fake Ball Coach.
Oh, me. So Ron, I've got to ask, hot dogs. What's the most amount of hot dogs you've ate at Wrigley Field?
Only like 3.
Me too. I ate 3 on open. That's the most I ever had and that was this past opening day. And I was like,
Yeah.
good God, I just spent nearly $40 on 3 hot dogs. And I want to say like this Saturday, I'll probably go to a Hot Rods game in Bowling Green and spend like, I don't know, maybe $5 on 2 hot dogs. Yeah. But it don't matter. I don't care. It gets me every time, you know. I mean,
I would dress up as Southside Ron on the dollar hot dog days when the White Sox would do that, and that's where I did a lot of those eating contests because then it was only $20 for the 2 games of hot dogs. The other one, we went to a Chicago Dogs game with the entire On Tap crew, and we had like
isn't that close to Rosemont?
Yes, it's up in Rosemont. Yeah. We had we collectively had a like. We were up in like the like suite sections. It's like an open suite though. It's not like your own personal suite, but they had free food. So Summer of George, for those that follow On Tap enough, you know who he is. He said he could eat more hot dogs than me, and I ate 13 and he ate 12, but I had 14 and 15 on the table ready to go if he wanted to keep going. So, by the way, 3 down.
Oh wow. So are you the type though? Okay, so basically during this whole thing, are you the type that you're going to? Is it smarter just to pace yourself at 1 an inning, or do you think just F it? I'm getting as many as I can now, and then
the biggest thing I'm actually scared about is pacing the beer. That's what I got to figure out here. It's going to be the beer that, if anything gets me tonight, it's going to be the beer. The hot dogs are fine. I'm still hungry. I'm about to go grab 3 more, as a matter of fact. I need to grab 2 more beers as well. I will be right back.
You're good.
But Tyler, entertain the people.
We've got Michael, my pick, my dinger pick, Michael Busch, who looks like he's got a 2-1 count. My God, what a steal. What a steal from the Dodgers. It's crazy to think that out of all the freaking talent, out of all the talent that the Dodgers have, they gave away a guy like Michael Busch. But then again, how's he going to play in front of Shohei, Freddie, Max Muncy? Deep fly ball to left field. Oh. No, foul ball. Wow. We almost saw 6 in a row. Almost saw a Oppo taco for number 6 for Mr. Michael Busch. That's crazy. By the way, Nico Hoerner batting leadoff tonight. What's everybody think about that? I don't know. Maybe it's his way of getting back to his old self from last year. But anyways, man, that was so close. Like 2 feet to the right and maybe like 3 feet deeper. And we're talking, okay, maybe longer than, maybe like 10 feet to the right. But, man, I'd go nuts right now if he had a 6. If he no. Warning track power for Michael Busch, but oh well, it's all right. It's all right. He's looking good, man. I'm ready for the Nico We Go chance. Me too, Scott. Me too. I think, you know what? I think last night, let's just talk about last night real quick. Last night, Nico needed that. That's exactly what Nico needed. I mean, I don't give a crap if he swung at a ball 3 feet at his eyes. The dude delivered when they needed him most. And maybe you hate to see Seiya out, but maybe this opportunity now with him being at the top of the lineup, maybe that's something that gets him going. Who knows? I mean, what was it last year? He was in the 9-hole for a second or two, for a game or two, and kind of got his swagger back and doing all that. So I don't know. Maybe that's what tonight. Maybe this series is something that starts it up for him. Where is Ron? Well, Ron has knocked out 3 hot dogs already. 3. I believe he is on his 2nd beer. I think he's dressing up 3 more. Personally, I don't know if I would dress any of the hot dogs up if I'm going to eat 9 in a row for 9 straight innings. But Ron's a different human being. Ron is a machine, to be honest. And we've got Chris Morel thrown out at 2nd, and we are headed, looks like, to the bottom of the 2nd. Kyle Hendricks coming in, and I don't know. Got another question for everybody. Is this Kyle Hendricks potentially last start for the foreseeable future? I don't know. PCA just hit a dinger in Iowa. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think who knows? Maybe we see him before the All-Star break. But then again, depending on how well Bellinger, I don't know. Belly's kind of dead right now. Like he's not really doing anything offensively. I don't know. Do you put him in center? Do you put PCA? Like, do you call PCA up, put him in center? Where would Belly go? Because you can't bench Michael Bush right now. I don't know. It's kind of weird spot. I think I hear him back. Ronald,
I'm back.
I'm back. Chat was everybody was I had so many people.
Oh my God!
I want to see another hot dog.
Yeah. We're up to, so as you can see on the counter at the bottom, I'm only one beer deep. That's again what's going to scare me here. But I am 3 hot dogs deep. I just got 3 more. So we are going to continue here with the hot dogs. So for those that are curious, I am pouring my beer in a glass, partially because I want everybody to see how much I have left if I hold it up, but also because if I was to do this at a ball game, more likely than not, I'm getting it in a cup because that's just how it is, right? At Wrigley Field, like you get your beers in cups. It's not, beers in a can. So plus it's a lot easier to drink out of a glass. So admittedly, that's a little bit of a cheat code, but.
So for those that are just joining us, what are we at? 3 hot dogs down?
3 hot dogs and a beer. Now a
3 and 1.
Half.
Wow.
We're getting there.
I think I think you're right, Ron. I think the 9 beers is going to be the bigger challenge.
That's the hard part.
And Titus Thornhill. So Ron, Titus is dear friend of mine, and is a big Pittsburgh Pirates fan. He actually, he was the guy I was telling you about that went to Pittsburgh with me last season. The one that big time Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah.
And speaking of Pittsburgh, my God, guys are hot right now.
They are hot. AJ here in the comments asking what's harder, the beer or the hot dogs to get down. Honestly, right now it's the beer. The hot dogs aren't too bad yet. The hot dogs are going to get bad in 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
The beers are going to be okay. We're rolling. I'm going to be probably 2 beers deep here by the midway point of the 3rd.
Yeah.
So we'll be on pace with the beers. Like, I think the beer I'm going to finish off in the 9th inning. Like, that's just, I think, what's going to end up happening. My goal is to have the hot dogs done by like the 5th inning.
We may have like a buzzer beater finish, like a photo finish type ending to this.
We might.
It might be like last night's extra inning. What was it? 11 inning win.
I mean,
11 innings.
That would just give me more time to talk and not have to shove my face with food.
You're right. True. So I asked Joey Chestnut. Last summer in Bowling Green at a Hot Rods game, and actually Titus, I believe Titus was there with me. Ron, does ketchup belong on a hot dog?
No.
Okay.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
So I am a big mustard. I like a Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah.
I think here's the problem. People in Chicago will tell you that ketchup doesn't belong on a hot dog. Well,
yeah.
It doesn't belong on a Chicago style hot dog. But there's tons of different hot dogs from all over the country. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was about to say we got runners on first and second with no outs.
No outs. Kyle's doing the Lord's work for me right now and letting some base runners get on.
He really is. He's doing this for you, Ron. He's doing this for you. The former Cincinnati Red, Eugenio Sor, or however the dude for a Great American Ballpark used to announce him. Oh, and Jock Peterson on third. To be honest, I completely
Cubs legend.
Legend.
Fake ball coach, drink vodka. Well, that's not. I would probably get down vodka a lot easier than the beer, to be honest with you. Vodka and tequila would go down like water. These are not going down like water right now. And AJ wants to know, Southside Ron, do you think the White Sox have a chance? Well, tonight's game, no, because it got postponed. But in general, also no. I am updating the counter as we speak, by the way. We're 4 hot dogs deep.
Oh wow. Oh, and Jeremiah's got a good question. What brand of hot dog are you eating?
I live about 2 storefronts down from a little grocery store here up on the north side of the city. They had Hebrew National on sale for $3.99 a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So that's what we bought. Otherwise, Vienna Beefs, which would have been my preferred hot dog of choice. I love a good Vienna Beef hot dog. Those would have been $8.99 a pack. So, and these actually were perfect because they came in 6 and 6. So I got 2 and I'm only have 3 hot dogs left over, not 7 hot dogs left over if I bought the traditional 8-packs. Oh,
yeah. Got a fielder's choice. 1 runner scores.
1 runner scores. I'm also finishing off this beer, by the way.
Who was that just hit? Alexander. Who is Alexander?
We need Brian for that. Tony
Blaze. Oh, Blaze Alexander. They wasn't that a former Blaze Alexander, former Red Sox, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Blaze Alexander. Blaze Alexander sounds like a
that's such a
cartoon character.
Name.
That is.
Yeah.
That is such a.
That is a good. I will say that is a very good Blaze Alexander.
All right, folks. We are on pace with the beers. We are not, and we are well above pace with the hot dogs. We're doing real well so far to start. First off, shout out to everybody coming in and enjoying my misery with me. I truly appreciate it. I'm glad this brings entertainment value to people. It's also fun because you and I get to sit here and talk Cubs baseball. Because Tyler, while we're watching this game, I do want to bring up with you, we didn't do a show last night.
No, we didn't. I mean, it was midnight. Here's the thing. So I was sitting at work.
It was late.
Well, I say I was sitting at work. It was midnight, so I'm laying in bed, and it's like what a freaking ending! That is the most correct. That's Craig Counsell's we talk about. Well, no, Juice had it best. That was character win number 2. That was character win number 2 for the Cubs, and a lot of that you could put that on. You could put it on a few guys, but you could put that game on Craig Counsell easily.
Easy, I agree. I'll tell you what, though. That was also the Nico Horner revenge game.
It was.
And it was good to see. It really was.
Good to see. I had mentioned that when you had walked out, as far as maybe last night was the start of the Nico Horner 2023, revenge tour, whatever you want to call it, because he needed that so bad. And maybe today, him being in the leadoff spot, maybe that's just a sign of good things to come. And I know it sucks because he's in there because of the circumstances. I get it. Yeah. Seiya's out. He's out for what? Up to 4. They say 4 weeks.
Yes, AJ, to answer your question. Sorry, I was addressing are you still using Toppins? I am. I am.
Yes, with Seiya. No, you're good. But who knows as far as with the bleak strain? It sucks because 2024, as we all know, is the season of Seiya. And it looks like Kyle Hendricks gets out of the inning, giving up just 1 run.
Not bad.
And we're at the end of the second. 2 innings down.
We're on pace with the beer.
Yeah.
And we're well above pace with the hot dogs. So.
Well, AJ, with AJ asking as far as using topics, he brings up a good point. What is your go-to topics for a hot dog?
So tonight I don't have the full layout of a Chicago-style hot dog. But I have pieces of it. I don't have the neon green relish. The store didn't have it. So it's just traditional dill relish. A little bit of mustard.
Do you think you could do a 999 of Chicago-style hot dogs?
Mm-mm.
That would, yeah.
Those are beefy bitches. Yeah.
They really are.
No, these are very simple. I do sport peppers on here because I like sport peppers. A little bit of mustard, a little bit of celery salt. That's all that's on these. So no tomatoes. If I had more time, I would have cut up some onion because I'm a sucker for some onion. Oh, my stomach is going to hate me tomorrow. This isn't even a tonight thing that I'm worried about. I'm more worried about tomorrow. I am legitimately more worried about the next 48 hours than I am the next 2.
I can understand that. Oh, okay, I'll tell you this. You saying that reminds me of opening day earlier this month. We're all chilling at the Airbnb playing. What were we playing?
We're playing some hardcore drinking games.
And somebody decides to buy a Crave case. at like midnight.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Which I'm going to be honest. I was starving. I was
friend
starving.
of the program, Mr. Kyle K. We bought White Castle. He got White Castle's DoorDash to the Airbnb because we bought frozen ones at the convenience store with the frozen pizzas, and we ate them, and everybody wanted more.
Yeah.
So that's how that started.
And then the next thing I know, there is a big fat crave case sitting on the table. I'm still starving, knowing the second, if I eat even just one, I know the next. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know about White Castles. And I went to bed after I think I ate like 6 of them, and I went to bed knowing that the next day was going to be awful.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That next day is always the worst, man. It's funny here. Jeff Farron in the comments, first time commenter, maybe, I believe, at least when I've been on the show. So hello, Jeff. Glad you were able to join us today. He says, hope you took the day off tomorrow. I didn't, but thankfully I work remote. So, obviously on tap is a big passion and a large part of what my day to day is. But, we do some other stuff to help pay the bills and, so I can work from home. So I can be glued to my toilet tomorrow and be just fine. Joey said he can confirm the whole Airbnb smelled like White Castle the next morning when he got there. Yeah, it really did. It was crazy. This is a fun comment that I'm going to give some love to as well. Scott from Iowa here. He says, this is 10 times better than the Mayo episode. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Oh, excuse me.
Wow. So I kind of brought it up when you went to go get your other hot dogs. Because, we kind of started talking about last night's game. Ben Brown looked awesome. Looks like Ian Happ's about to rip a double.
We love that.
Lead off double. Love to see it. So Ben Brown looked awesome last night. Looked like the Ben Brown that a lot of people, guys like Juice and you and other people that have been following in the minors, as we know, looks like Ben Brown. With that being said, because you had all kinds of people, you got on Twitter last night. That's all everybody was talking about. Oh man, Craig needs to find a way to keep Ben Brown in this rotation or on this pitching staff. With that being said, we talked about it our last episode. Is tonight, Ron, Kyle Hendricks' potential last start as a last outing as a starter for the foreseeable future?
I think there's a very good chance that's the case. I'll tell you what, I said this today. I said this in the recap of last night's game as well. You can read that over at ontapsportsnet.com. Very, very, very shameless plug. There's no way you can convince me that Ben Brown shouldn't be in the rotation the way he's been pitching. Like, he got it all out of his system in Arlington. He got shelled in his debut. He got the jitters out. And all he's done since then, and it hasn't been against
Miguel Amaya! Bingo!
I thought it was a dinger. I thought we had a dinger pick correct on the thing here.
Love to see it. That guy's stepped up. That guy is stepping up. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, he's been good. He has.
He really has. Like, for a guy in Yan Gomes, like we said that Yan Gomes is awesome. It is a veteran, a leader on this on this team with the pitchers, everything. It's just so good to see Miguel Amaya just grow as a player since last season.
I think a big part with Miguel as well here is this is a guy that was the number one prospect for this Cubs team.
Yeah, he was.
And a lot of people wrote him off because of all the injuries. So to see him coming back,
you're right,
contributing at the big league level, he's improved behind the dish, I think, this year as a defensive catcher. I really, really like what he's done.
Hey,
Speaking of, here's my guy up, by the way, for dinger picks. How legendary would that be, doing the 999 and he goes deep?
That would be on.
The beer might get thrown across the room in excitement.
Probably. But yeah.
Speaking of the beer, I'm starting to feel the beer already. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. That might be a good thing, actually.
It's always a good thing. It's always
because then the hot dogs are going to go down real easy the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's always a good thing when you feel the beer. But yeah, Miguel Amaya, like, people forget. Yeah, when he got hurt, like, what did he miss? Like a year?
I think more than that.
It felt like he missed at least over a year, and it's almost like everybody forgot about him.
Yeah, everybody. Because what happened was that was what.
No, but I just
don't tease me like that, Tyler.
Here's the thing about Arizona. Arizona's park is so free. It just looks so freaking big. Like
it is. The ball flies. It's just like Colorado. It's just not as crazy as Colorado.
Hey, was that you or was it Juice on opening day? I told you my take about Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, real quick.
Me and Juice, you told me.
I had. Here's my thought about Colorado. Colorado will not make the playoffs again until they get an indoor stadium. That's it. And it sucks because Colorado's park, Coors Field, is a beautiful park.
Gorgeous ballpark.
But as long as they're playing outside in that type of environment, they will not make. They won't see the playoffs again.
Tyler.
What's that?
We have a friend joining us,
guys.
Juice. How you doing, buddy?
I'm coming to lend some support.
Well,
some much needed support.
It from the sound of it, Ron may possibly need it. He's already done said he's starting to fill the beers. So we need this is like the third round and it's probably like the third. Yeah, let's just say it's like the third round in the epic boxing match. And you're in his corner right now, Juice. You're his corner guy. You're cleaning his cuts up. You're wiping the ketchup and mustard off of him. You've got to give him something, Ron. You've got to give him something.
So Ron, I've been watching the stream. I've been in the comments. I've been, hanging out, trying to lift your spirits, and I got a way to do it.
Talk to me.
No, I need your full attention here.
I'm sorry. I'm working here. All right. The Cubs on Tap account doesn't run itself. Continue. I'm sorry.
But you're going through these beers. You're going through these dogs. You're trying to generate runs. There's a lot. You're running the account. But just let me show you something. I'm the type of man that if you're going into war, I'm right there with you, man.
Let's go. I love
that.
I love that mug too, my guy. That is a beautiful mug.
This is one of those mugs that I brought on. You can look at it, man, and draw whatever type of inspiration that is needed. I mean, we could go full Jason Hayward speech on you right now.
We could. But Scott has a better question for you, Juice, while we're sitting here. Nostra Juice is here. Where's the time machine?
Yeah.
So time machine's been running a little too much, if you've noticed. So it needs to reboot, take a little recharge going. So it's on the batteries. I might break it out this weekend, but I haven't had a chance to jump in the time machine and do what I need to do yet.
Get through. Nope.
But I'm right there with you, brother.
I appreciate that, man. I will tell you what, I am, like I said, the hot dogs are going down easy. I will say, though, once I get through the hot dogs, I think the beer will be easy because I can burp my way through the beer.
So you're at 5 dogs right now and 3 beers?
5 dogs and 3 beers. I'm about to be 6 dogs and 3 beers here. I got about 3 bites left of this. No, not even 2 bites left of this hot dog.
Okay.
Juice, did you bet on any of those picks that you picked as far as your dinger picks?
Well, Tyler, I'm not the one that likes to kiss and tell, but I'll tell you what. Sometimes I do tell. Yeah, I've bet a little bit. I've wagered a little bit of coin on some of them. Some of them I've been really confident in, and have hit on them and been like, yeah, I really felt that one. But maybe 3 of them I've been like, oh, just a pleasant surprise.
I finally jumped in the waters this weekend. I hadn't bet at all until this past Friday. Friday was a great day for me. And then so I, as always, I got a little cocky. Saturday, lost it all. Every single bit of it. So I'm going to pick up the pieces and I'm going to bounce back probably starting tomorrow. So, there we are.
I'm for it, man. Hey, sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you come back up. That's where Ron's at right now, man.
I am at
That's-
rock bottom right now.
that's-
I am feeling that last hot dog. I think these last three are gonna see. You know what? I'm at the point though where like I think if I go no topping, it's gonna be harder.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
You really think so?
simplify. I think we're
Well,
gonna
what are you putting
simplify
on them
this
right now?
Right now we got relish, sport peppers, mustard, and celery salt.
Yeah, I'd
Dansby
keep the-
strikes out with a runner on third.
I'd keep the sports peppers off on this next
Yeah,
one.
these last ones. I
Yeah.
think the last ones are just gonna be mustard, some relish, and the celery salt here. I think that's the way we're going. I'm gonna go get those 3 hot dogs. I need to grab a couple more beers as well. So I will be right back. But you two gentlemen keep talking.
Not a
I got
problem.
you. I got you. So, Juice, how are you, man?
Good, brother. How's the poop scooping going?
Well, I haven't scooped it. Well, I tell you what, okay, so I haven't scooped my dog's poop since, gosh, I guess it's been last week, but I've got a bit of an issue.
Why? What happened?
I've got a neighbor.
Yeah.
I've got a neighbor that craps in my yard. No, I'm just kidding. I got a neighbor whose dog craps in my yard. And I love that. I love their dog. He comes over all the time. Like, to be honest, I think their dog likes me more than they like them. Here's the thing.
Who
I'm
would?
not a fan. I'm not a fan of these neighbors. I'm not. And I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of their dog crapping in my yard and them not picking it up. So Sunday, you can't tell him this. Sunday,
Well, you're telling the whole internet.
well, you know what? Maybe, you know what? Fine. If they got to find out this way, they find out this way. I scooped their dog's poop out of my yard and I put it under their back tire in their driveway. So, yeah.
I don't blame you,
Revenge.
man.
Revenge is a dish served sometimes warm and steamy.
You gonna
And
go
it just
like?
slaps you right in the back.
Are you gonna go like full Billy Madison, burning the?
I might have. I mean, I
burning
don't
the
know. I might
bag
have
with the
to.
poop
Like
in it.
I said, I love their dog. Like their dog's awesome. I'm a big dog guy, by the way. Like I love dogs more than a
Cheers
lot of
to
people.
that.
And you can ask a lot of people that know me that. But yeah, scoop your dog's poop when he poops. If you learn anything from this from this tonight, if you learn anything from this this moment, this opportunity that we have here as Cattell Marte singles up the middle,
Yeah, you guys are way ahead of me.
scoop your dog's poop. So
Yeah, you got to scoop the poop. I like this comment in the bottom here from Darren. Tyler, send Ron over to the neighbor's front porch tomorrow morning. That'll show him. Tyler, you're on mute.
just before you got on, we were just talking about or like neighbors. Like we were talking about opening day, and did you come by the next morning when after we had all ate that crave case?
No. Well, when did you guys have the crave case?
It was late that night before opening day, like the day of opening day.
No. Well, I
It was
left.
probably
Remember?
Joey.
I left,
That's right.
John.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. There was a lot going on that day.
But you guys have White Castle again?
No, we just had it. We had it the night before opening day. No, opening day we had like it felt like eight pizzas maybe that night. Yeah,
Where'd you
were
get pizza?
Oh, we had them in the freezer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, we were mowing them down.
Let me. What's Joey like to live with?
What's Joey like to live with? Well, I can only imagine. I've never lived with Joey, but I've been stuck. I've been stuck rooming with Joey twice on Cubs convention, but love you, Joey. I know you're listening to us, but I'm back, bitches. Yeah, he's definitely. Oh no.
Is this the final run?
We just well,
Ah, shit!
yeah, you just came back and
God
Gurriel
damn it!
just smacks a 2-run homer. Diamondbacks up 3-1 in the bottom of the third. Juice, I got to ask you, since we're watching this right now, and me and Ron talked about it earlier, are we potentially watching Kyle Hendricks' last start as a Cub for the foreseeable future?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
After watching Ben Brown last night,
Who shoved?
after possibly watching Jordan Wicks tomorrow shove.
Hot take. You know what I think could happen? I think there's a world where Wicks goes to AAA.
Yes, 100%. It's not a hot take. He hasn't been that good either.
He's been okay. He's had a lot of command issues. Like when he's been on, but when he's been off, he's walked a lot of guys. But like I think Ben Brown, at least until Steele gets back, deserves to stay in the rotation once Tyone's back. Because we all know Tyone's going to start at some point this week.
I think
I'm betting it's Thursday.
Even if Ben Brown finds his if somehow he's out of the rotation, I still think he should still stay up here because of the stuff that he has. Like it plays as a bullpen arm. It plays. Obviously, I would like it better as him as a starter, but his stuff plays. It really does.
He's got Domino's pizza in another room. I don't. I like Domino's, but I don't have it in the other room. These are hot dogs. We're chomping them down. Cool. Boys, an interesting question here from the great AJ Marchese. Do I get punished if I don't finish?
Well,
I think so.
You know what we should have done?
I think so too. I think that's totally fair.
Before the season started, us and the guys over at the Dingers podcast, we all should have got together and we should have like the winner gets something. Like maybe it's like everybody else chips in and gets. I think that's
still totally possible.
Everybody chips in. Maybe we still do that. The winner like gets a jersey of their choice. Which remind me, I've got to ask you guys a question right after that, especially after yesterday. And
we got plenty of time, Tyler.
Exactly, you're right. And the loser, I don't know, the loser should get something, right? Like maybe the loser. Because let's be honest, every year we're going to go, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. No, Jock Peterson just hit a big fat ding dong Johnson to right. 4-1. 4-1. And that's how many home runs is that for Kyle Hendricks now this year?
All of them. Everyone in the major league.
Wow.
Too many.
And I agree. I agree with you, Rob. I hate to see Hendricks struggle too. We were talking about it on our episode the other day. Like, I hate bringing up this idea of Kyle Hendricks just being done. I really hate it. It's like just stabbing your buddy in the back, stabbing your buddy that helped you, that let you get to the freaking promised land, which was the World Series, and now you've just turned around, and I hate it. But that's where we are.
But guys, the thing about that though is like that was 8 years ago.
It was. You're right. But it just.
I think we forget. You got to remember, Juice. Between 2020 and like 2022, time wasn't real.
But it was.
But it wasn't.
It's a real thing, Ron.
I know it is.
So, anyways, back to
hot dog brain.
We were talking about the whole what the loser.
I got beer brain. Fuck hot dog
brain. The loser should have to do something at next year's opening day. That should be the or the convention. Like maybe, I don't know, but
I agree. We need to find like a good punishment for that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Why?
That would be awesome.
It's just gonna be me.
You don't, Ron.
You may not. It's
baseball. There's hot streaks. There's cold streaks. You know what? Juice may have just started the biggest cold streak of the season. He didn't get one yesterday. Did he?
I might not get one today.
Did you get one yesterday?
No.
Did anybody get one yesterday?
Oh, that sounds
good. Nobody picked Michael Busch, right?
Nobody picked. No, none of us did. Okay. But see, here's the thing: none of us picked Michael Busch, so the streak could continue.
Yeah. That's a legit thing.
You're right. Yeah.
That's a legit thing.
Oh, yeah. So oh, wow.
7.
Golly, Suarez has so much freaking power. Like I'll be honest, I'm glad Suarez is gone from that crap hole Cincinnati team.
What did he hit
But,
a dinger now? You guys are ahead of me.
No, he hit a foul ball, but like
Oh.
he just has so much power. The dude almost hit 50 home runs just a few seasons ago.
They're gonna let Kyle pitch like as long as he wants, which is
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe like between you've got Ben Brown, Kyle Hendricks, and Jordan Wick going back to back to back? Do you think this is almost just like a tryout as far as like which one of you is getting replaced by Jameson Taillon later this week?
Pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
And honestly, like it should be Kyle. Kyle will probably tell you it should be him.
Probably, yeah. He's such a nice guy. Plays boring golf, as we found out last year.
Can they make him like the assistant pitching coach or something?
Yeah, be all right.
You know what they may do? Just like phantom IL him for a little bit.
You think so?
That would be interesting. I don't. It would suck to do that, but.
Speaking of IL, I hate to bring it up. Seiya Suzuki sounds like he's going to be out for what? 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
God, do you think that oblique thing's just going to be
yes,
just a reoccurring thing?
Yes.
God, that's
honestly, you know what the best example
Absolutely
of that is in the city of Chicago? Look at Yoan Moncada on the south side.
Oh gosh, too soon, Ryan.
But he had the same injury. He had the oblique, and he tried to come back faster than he should have. And he had that terrible 2022 season as a result, and he's just never recovered.
For a guy that
was he
the number one? Was he the number one prospect at one time for the White? Like in all
of baseball.
Wow, what was it? Red Sox, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Chris Sale deal
trade. Him and Kopech came over in the Chris Sale deal.
And what sucks even worse is like this is his contract year too.
You know what's actually funnier is I think the White Sox got more production out of the Adam Eaton trade than they did out of the Chris Sale trade because you got Lucas Giolito and Ronaldo Lopez out of that deal.
You know what I remember most about that trade? It's funny you bring that up. Do you remember Bryce Harper's reaction of Adam Eaton being traded? Remember?
I do. They didn't like each other, right?
Adam Eaton ended up going to Washington, right?
Yeah, the Nationals.
Yeah. And his reaction, like after they traded for him, was just like, what the hell, guys? Like, this is always like I just for some reason I remember that because it was almost just like he was pissed that like, wow, this is what we got for all those guys, huh?
At least
they ended up like he's in right, he's in center. They won. Well,
once Harper left,
Harper,
but
was Adam Eaton on that team?
Mm-hmm.
Forgot all about that. That was also Anthony Rendon's last good season.
At least it's the other oblique, though. If we're gonna go
it's not the same oblique. I agree.
I mean, just evens it out now, you know.
Now he's equally as weak on both sides.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. I said it in the chat. The next 10 games after this series, the Cubs play all last place teams. And they play the Mets after that.
But one of those, okay, so they've got the
Marlins. The Astros aren't in last place.
The Astros are pretty bad right now.
Yeah. Are they really?
Yes, they are. Like, if they did not have, if the Astros didn't have, the dude they just called up that threw the no-no, like, if they didn't have him right now, they would probably be
irrelevant.
2 wins, 2 less wins than what they have right now.
Damn.
Yeah, because they basically, they've got, like, basically a whole starting rotation on the IL right now.
Yeah, I saw Framber Valdez join that recently.
The only argument you can make is that the Red Sox are 9-8, but they're not projected to be any good.
True.
No.
Speaking of the Red Sox, because Christopher Morel is up. This is kind of funny that he's up right now. With Christopher Morel up, and you hear the whole everybody talking about him and his inability to play third and blah, blah, blah. You bring up the Red Sox. Rafael Devers is not the best third baseman in the world either.
No, and I think that they'll eventually probably move him to strictly DH or first base, right? Because he does both of those.
Probably at some point.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I just see that, and then you know, with Christian Morel being up, it's just funny how like this guy gets so much crap for playing third base, and it's like, you know,
It's a double standard, Tyler.
there's a lot of other like diamond level. I say diamond level because I'm an MLB The Show guy. There's a lot of other diamond level third basemen that aren't the best defensive third baseman. You know, so give the guy a break.
He's
That's all
playing
I'm gonna say.
better.
He really has. He really has. He had a smart play. He had a couple of good games. What was it like? Was it last night or the night
His
before?
95-mile-an-hour throw.
Yeah.
to
Thing was
first.
a piss missile.
And he's making smarter play. Like I know you're like, oh, this wasn't even a play, but like there was a play where like he had barehanded it and chose not to throw it, which was a good decision. It was a good decision. So it just shows that maybe he's matured just.
I think
little
people
bit
need to
game by
remember
game.
that the guy hasn't played third base consistently
No,
at all. And then on top of it, he's still only what, 25?
something like that. Yeah.
He's a fucking baby by MLB standards.
As Garrett Cooper steps up, I know everybody.
Yes,
who's still
Christopher
watching
Morel takes a walk because he's
takes
got
a walk. Garrett
he's
Cooper,
leaped
I feel like
balls.
I see Garrett Cooper and I think Mark Trumbo. Mark Trumbo,
It's
they
fair.
have the same at bat. They have the same batting stance. They look very similar. Mark
That's
Trumbo.
funny. I can't unsee
And
that.
I love Mark Trumbo.
Great
Trumbo-
question here in the comments
Mark
because I need help refresher here. Didn't KB have oblique issues as well?
I remember
I think he had one.
It's
he
so
maybe
hard to
had.
remember KB's injuries because he had so many of them.
I do remember, like, didn't he have like, oh my God, what a play by, no, oh, wow. Oh, man. Good stop by Christian Walker. They've called him
Oh,
out
boy.
second, but
No.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just saw that too.
No.
Tony,
he said
Tony.
no. Wow.
Tony says to get the beers up. Well, Tony, you'll be happy to know I just finished my fourth beer.
Is Scott trying to piss me off?
Yes. That's Scott's entire job in existence.
Hey, okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Scott, because we were talking about Seiya. Didn't they say like tonight he's playing right field?
Patrick Wisdom is in Iowa, yes.
You know what's
What's your
worse
guys'
than
thoughts
Patrick
on that?
Wisdom
Like,
you know what's worse than Patrick Wisdom at third?
Patrick Wisdom in
Patrick
right
Wisdom
field.
in right.
Patrick Wisdom and right?
Dude, I remember a couple of those games when Wisdom
And I-
would play the corner outfield spots and he scared the living fuck out of me.
I love Patrick Wisdom too. He sits here like during our shows all the time. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Like he's not
Me too. I haven't taken him out of the box yet, but yeah.
Who's speaking of bobbleheads? Because I know we got a lot of guys that listen that they're big bobblehead collectors. What's your favorite bobblehead you've got in your collection? If you are you a bobblehead guy, Ronald?
I am a big bobblehead guy. I only got 2 of them with me, but I got about 30 of them back at my parents' place.
I've got. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I got to think on your question. So
I've got Patrick Wisdom, the only other bobblehead that I have, and it's basically irrelevant now. Last year went to a Hot Rods game. As you know, Hot Rods, the Bowling Green Hot Rods are one of the single A teams of the Tampa Bay Rays. And last year they had a bobblehead giveaway of Wander Franco.
oh boy.
So that is the other bobblehead I have right now of a guy who's probably sitting in prison or about to be sitting in prison for a very long time.
They found him, right? He's still not on the run. Remember, he was.
I
On
don't
the run?
know. Yeah, he was on the what sucks. Okay, I'm not like I don't know the situation. Not taking up for the guy. Don't condone anything that he has supposedly done. Blah blah blah. But like they say, what happened to him as far as like
Fuck.
as far as in the Dominican Republic, there is a huge case of like people that like accuse like athletes of stuff like that. And sometimes it's true, sometimes it's false, but they say that is like a humongous thing going on. But apparently in his situation, it's not looking too good.
No.
Yeah,
Not good at all.
he called that a strike. I mean, it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
he's
didn't have to
he's
be.
been all over the fucking place tonight behind the plate.
Who is it tonight?
I don't know.
CB
I don't know.
Buckner?
Maybe.
Oh man, a
By
little
the
bit
way-
of little NL Central scoreboard update. You've got Cincinnati
Love
and
that.
Seattle 0-0. Oakland and St. Louis are tied 1-1. And Pittsburgh looks like Pittsburgh lost to the Mets tonight 3-1. Oh, and the Padres beat the Brewers 6-3. So
Fuck the Brewers.
hate to see that.
Did you, speaking of the A's, did you guys see that they're going to move to Sacramento?
Yes,
they're
I
not,
did.
But they're not going to allow them to be the Sacramento A's. They're just going to be the Athletics.
The Athletics. You know what?
That's stupid.
With all that going on, you know the only thought that came to my mind, Juice. I see that. And the more and more I see all of that. I saw a guy that we saw last year make his debut against the Cubs as a starter, but this year he's in the bullpen. I see a guy like Mason Miller. And if I'm the Cubs, I'm like, hey, buddy, I know
It's number
you
8.
I know you want out of that poop hole, Oakland, Sacramento, whatever you want to call it. What's it going to take? That guy's hitting 103, 104 out of the bullpen.
Oh.
You know, have you seen that?
He could pitch, man.
He's
Didn't we see
nasty.
him last year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
That
made
was
his day.
first start or something.
That was his first start in Oakland. Mind you, that was the series we swept Oakland. But I don't think he gave up a run. I want to say like they gave up the runs after.
What a comment from Jeremiah. I'm sorry. This is
Wow.
so bad. I refuse to call him Angel.
That's a good one.
You know, it's funny. Jeremiah. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I've ever heard him be called that. Like you should could you like patent that or
You
something?
did trademark that.
You should trademark it. That's awesome.
Isn't it interesting how like all these bad organizations use their prospects? Like didn't Miami just send down that kid who was like he had their only 2 wins? What's his name?
Max Meyer.
Max Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
I
I saw
see
that.
He had like a 2 ERA and they sent him down.
He's 2-1, and they shut him down. Literally, they have 1 win without him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Speaking of the Marlins, has Sixto Sanchez, is he like, I saw where like he finally came back in spring training. Is he even on their roster right now? Because
That's a
that
name I
dude was
forget.
getting like comparisons to like Pedro, and he was
Yeah.
nasty in 2020.
Who's the other guy? They got another. What's his?
Sandy Alcantara, that's hurt.
Yes.
And then they had the other guy that just went down for Tommy John. What's his name? Righty. Went down earlier this year. He was another one that was like really good. But yeah, Alcantara's out for till like probably middle of next year.
Joey's not happy. He says, "Don't get me started. Max Meyer's on my dynasty team."
Oh, Joey.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off too.
Why do I feel like anytime anybody ever swings at a Kyle Hendricks pitch now, it's hit like 102?
Because he's throwing fucking batting practice to these guys.
Is there
Jake
anything he
McCarthy.
could do?
Do what?
Is there anything he could do?
What do you
even
mean?
Fix it.
Yeah, get
Guys.
out of the way, Murrow.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. I have 1 hot dog left, and they're finally starting to look repulsive.
Time out. You're already 8 hot dogs down?
Yeah.
What did you put on this?
I mean,
last-
that alone's impressive.
I only put relish, mustard, and celery salt on. I left the sport peppers off for the sake of my back end tomorrow morning.
What was the dog of choice tonight? The brand.
We went with Hebrew Nationals because they were on sale.
I love a good Hebrew.
Well, damn,
National.
Ron. I was really I was expecting like these 9 dogs to like take longer because
No, the dogs are the easy part. I told you it's going to come down to the alcohol.
I had rally dogs made. I was ready to eat them with you, like you're.
I fucking love that, dude. Oh my god, do you want to eat one with me for the last hot dog?
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna eat one.
You know what's so gross about this, Ron? I was talking with on tap
Oh man.
sports on tap Sportsnet head Mr. John Brooks, aka Peter Corker, today,
Mr. Brooksy.
and he goes, "Can Ron do it?" And I said, "There's a chance that Ron does this by the 5th inning. He's done by the 5th inning."
The hot dogs will be done by the 5th inning. That was my goal coming in.
His whole argument of it was he's never seen you eat, so he didn't know.
No.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I watched this man house several hot dogs at a time. If it's not at Prez's, house, or if it's not at the Chicago Dogs game. Like, I mean, honestly, Tony says it. Prez says it in the chat. He needs to be challenged. 18 next time.
No, I'll vomit.
Good point. Oh, Kyle Hendricks strikes out Cubs legend Tucker Barnhart. Dude looks like a vampire.
We need to give Tucker Barnhart like a fucking tennis racket or something up there.
No.
He should be the only one that could use a tennis racket.
This is not happening, by the way. The 18 by 18 on a golf course.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. No.
In 9 transfusions?
I will do. Stop it, Jeremiah. I will do
27 hot dogs for 27 ounce.
No. Absolutely the fuck not.
What about mini dogs, like little pretzel dogs?
Well, we'd smash 27 of those.
What if we moved it from the big hot dogs to 18 beers and 27 little smoky hot dogs?
If I drink 18 beers, one of you is going to have to come over here and resuscitate me.
That's what Katie's for.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to make that poor woman deal with that shit.
By the way, did she pick your dinger pick this tonight?
No, she was going to pick it yesterday, and so for those that don't know, Katie has really bad sleep apnea. Like she's getting it fixed and looked at. Like, so homegrown does not sleep well. She was napping when the lineup came out and we did our dinger pick selection. So I just went with it, and I felt like I was an idiot taking Garrett Cooper, knowing that this was going to happen tonight anyway. Like I had bought the hot dogs before the start of last night's Cubs game. Like we just knew this was going to happen.
I got you.
The whole conversation is heart disease. Yes, it is. That's why I don't do this regularly. This is like the first time I've consumed more than like 2 hot dogs in a sitting like 3 years, 4 years.
No, you had a very healthy breakfast.
I did. I had a very healthy lunch too.
This is true.
I'll have something light, probably soup.
That's literally the exact more or less reaction.
You know, if you know, you know.
Yep.
You know the know.
You know what's
office reference.
You know what's funny about that is I had soup dumplings for lunch. So that's what's actually funny about that. I had soup dumplings and a little side salad I made because I needed to use up some arugula that was going to go bad in our fridge. But
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, but yeah, no, and I eat the Greek yogurt's an everyday thing for me unless I make breakfast. Like if I'm making breakfast for Katie and I, and like we're doing eggs and the whole 9, like it's Greek yogurt with a little bit of honey to sweeten it up, and then it's fruit. So it's usually blueberries. Today we did blueberries and blackberries. That's just the general gist. This last hot dog is going to take me a minute, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. I took 1 bite and I'm like, I'm already over it.
Well, you got innings to spare.
I know, but because Brooks didn't think that I could do it, I want to be done by the end of the 5th.
He also asked, and I said this to him in the chat. He said, "In a frying pan?" ? That's how you cooked them, with a little bit of butter.
You cooked them on a frying pan?
I did. Olive oil. That's all we had. I don't have a grill.
Okay.
Wow.
We were me and him had a conversation that you should not wash that pan. You should wake up tomorrow morning and pour pancake batter in it and have some pancakes in the morning.
Wow, that would be awful.
No.
God.
And that completes the 999 challenge.
That's the exclamation point on the challenge.
It would be the 9991. You got to finish 1 pancake from the hot dog fry oil.
No.
Yeah.
That would be legitimately disgusting.
Well, speaking of like grills and frying and hot dogs and stuff like that, I've heard there's only one place. I never knew this, never thought about this. Every Cubs game I've been to, there's one place in Wrigley Field that has grilled hot dogs. Is that true? Everywhere else
In
is
the
not
park,
in the park. Everywhere else is not grilled.
I think there's 3 places in the park that have grilled
Okay.
hot dogs. I
I'd
thought
heard
there
that
was.
rumor. Didn't know if it was true or not.
I thought there
No.
were 3.
I'd seen a video of a group of guys that had gone, and they
No,
were
Tony.
talking about that as far as like on the third base side was the only spot. Good for Inhab. Third base
Got a
side,
couple
there's only
base
one
hits
place to
tonight.
get grilled hot dogs. I was like, I
If
don't know
you're
about
talking
that.
about on the lower level, that may be
Yeah.
correct though.
Yeah, on the lower level.
But I think that there's 3 spots. I think that they're on the
Okay.
third base side on each level.
Okay, I got you.
I could be wrong though.
I don't know.
I've been wrong before.
All right, Miggy. That's going to score. That's going to score. Miggy just got a triple. Miggy just got a triple. Possibly. No, man.
Is he out?
No, he's safe. I thought we were about to get inside the Parker. I'm sorry. I need to wait
Oh.
like half a second.
No, you're good. I
Before.
love seeing because then now I can. How about
Now
Miguel
you
Amaya
know.
too? Miguel Amaya.
That's okay.
I think we're not
That's a-
talking enough about Miguel Amaya.
That's exactly what we talked about earlier. Like, how crazy is it? Ron brought it up that this dude used to be the number 1 prospect, got hurt, and then it's like
Everybody
Myself-
forgot about him.
myself included, everybody forgot about him.
I didn't because he was at South Bend the first year I was in.
Well, sorry, just we all
Everybody-
didn't live in the backyard of the South Bend Cubs.
No, it's
Literally.
Not I will say this. Up until
Canario! Bingo!
Is it gone?
Just a double.
Oh, well, hey, we'll take doubles. Doubles
Folks,
get us
we've got
back in the ball
we've
game.
got a ball game. 4-3. 4-3 still Arizona, but Cubbies don't have any outs. And we are back at the top.
I've always
Top
said on
of
this.
the lineup.
I've always said that this show. This is not my number 1 catcher prospect. Now Miguel Maya is not anymore. He's not a prospect anymore.
No, your boy is Pablo Aliendo.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
slowly not becoming my guy anymore.
Is it now Moises Ballesteros?
No, because I hope he can play the position, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. Everybody
No.
thinks he's too big, but he has. I don't know.
I think for him, he's eventually they're going to value the bat over the catching, and he's either going to play first or he's going to be a DH.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, now with Bush, you may have to.
I enjoy this, by the way. This is hysterical. Scott from Iowa says, team challenge, 18 hot dogs, 18 beers for the entire Sox on Tap crew once the White Sox win their 18th game.
Scott, here's the thing. Here's the question.
When does it happen?
Are they
September?
going to win? Are they going to win 18 games? Huh?
I don't know.
When would that happen? At their rate right now.
Like fucking 4th of July weekend.
Like, seriously, I'm not asking this like to.
No,
I,
this is not a
I get
shot.
it. I get it. We talk crap about this, the White Sox and blah blah blah.
No, this is 100%
Are
a shot
they-
as well, by the way.
Are they the worst run organization
In baseball?
in sports?
No, the Oakland Athletics exist. Sorry, the Athletics, because they can't be called.
Oh, okay,
the
sorry, the
Sacramento
Athletics. Okay, let's say the Athletics didn't exist. Other than the Athletics, and I'm sure there's probably White Sox fans, as Nico Horner just probably got a double. Hell yeah, Nico's back. Nico Horner's back. He just needed a few games to get his crap together. Put him at the top for a day or two. Bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. We're tied 4-4.
Helps when you're going against a lefty because that's Nico's jam.
It does. It does.
You can make
But,
the argument that the White Sox aren't the best or aren't the worst run in their own city.
Would you say the
Ooh.
Bulls?
You could say the Bulls. You could
The
say
Bears.
the Bears for how bad they've been for forever. Now that's coming maybe out of the woods now,
I mean-
but we still don't know.
True.
Well, so for those that maybe don't know, and if you guys don't know, this is something that we'll be able to discuss further. Sorry, the beers and the hot dogs are just taking over my brain right now.
And all the scoring.
Yeah, that too.
Just the
beauty of, I don't even know where the fuck I was going with this. So yesterday, this is where I was trying to get back to.
This is hot dog brain.
We're struggling. Yesterday, last night, the reason we didn't do a show, it was 5 years celebration of On Tap Sportsnet.
Congratulations, by the way. Especially you two guys. I know you two guys have been there since like day one. So hats off to you guys.
Thank you. Hey, it's crazy
fun.
to think it's been 5 years already.
That's awesome.
But today was nursing a wicked hangover from that Zoom call last night. Because I've been on a big Hollerhead whiskey kick lately. For those that don't know what Hollerhead is, it's banana flavored whiskey. Yep. But I mix it with the like sparkling ice drinks with like coconut pineapple. Sensational.
Bailey with the double. Cubs take the lead 5-4. Go ahead, double at least. Maybe a triple. Let's see. No, it's a triple. It's a triple.
It's a triple.
All right. Sorry, I just,
Oh, my God. That was electric.
Bingo.
It's a triple.
I'm not even mad about that. That was electric. Oh, my goodness.
All right, that down. Good for him, man. Good for him. He needed that bad because his bat's been a little quiet as of late.
Yeah. You wonder if he, like, with all the contract stuff, like if a couple of the weeks were spring training.
It's funny. Okay, it's funny you say that because like you could make the case for all these guys that Scott Boras had between him, Blake Snell, Matt Chapman, Jordan Montgomery, who didn't he leave the Boras Corp?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
You could like make it like just go down and look at all those guys and look at their stats right now and just like how bad
it's beginning.
They've been.
It's starting. The end is near for Scott Boras.
You think like it's one of those things where it's just like the statisticians and everybody has like basically caught up to them, and it's like we're on to you. We had the same information that you do now, Bucko, and so you're not the only big swinging dude at the table now.
I think it's hilarious though too, because I bet you his off season next year is night and day.
You think so?
No, we don't, Joey. We do not need to do this every day.
His client base this coming off season is way better than it was this season.
I will say, what you got? Okay, I think that depends also too because you've got obviously Juan Soto, you've got possibly Garrett Cole. I still think so Garrett Cole possibly is. No, wait, back up. He's not a Scott Boras guy, right?
He is a Scott Boras guy.
He is a Scott Boras guy. Here's the thing with him though. They say he's going to be back by the end of June. I don't know. I don't know if he opts out or not. But I know there's other guys. Pete Alonso. Who else? I know Juice. Zach Wheeler just re-signed. I don't know if he's a Scott Boras guy.
I don't know if he is either.
Gleiber?
Oh, Corbin Burns. Is Corbin Burns a Boras guy?
He might be.
He might be. I just assume if they're at the top of their class, they're a Scott Boras guy from here on out. But who knows? That may change.
Gentlemen.
You broke the seal, didn't you?
No. I gotta piss like a racehorse, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really do.
I'll be honest, I do too.
I gotta go.
You go ahead, man. You're doing all the work, man.
No. So this is an important moment because it's the top of the fifth.
Yeah.
And Peter Porker, Mr. John Brooksy, doubted that Ron Luce could eat 9 hot dogs in 9 innings.
Where you at, Peter?
I'll tell you right now, Ron Luce is about to eat 9 hot dogs in 4.5 innings.
which is that's an outrageous pace.
I mean, I've seen Michael Jordan in Game 7 of '98 step back against the Jazz. I've seen Cody Rhodes. I've seen Cody Rhodes take down the Bloodline just a week ago. I've seen the Cubs win the World Series in 2016, but never have I ever seen one man take down 9 hot dogs in 5 innings. So props to you, Ron, and Peter and the rest of those that doubted him, especially on the hot dogs. Where you at?
Peter Porker.
Where are they at, though?
Now?
Peter Porker's not even in the chat.
Yeah.
Tragic.
A crazy great performance by you, Ronald.
Cubs are on a little over a half a run per hot dog pace. No, I can't eat more hot dogs. I'm out. Well, that's not true. I have 3 more hot dogs left. I am not cooking them.
Christopher Morel with a
There he is.
big strike.
Didn't even break a sweat. And for those that are questioning, gone.
There he is.
Gone. 9 hot dogs in the bag. Joey is next up for the 999 challenge per Scott.
I don't know if his internet internet may eat him by the time he gets to 3 hot dogs.
He's gonna be texting you at like 1 a.m. Dude, 9 hot dogs in 5 innings, and we're gonna be like, yeah, that was like 8 hours ago.
He may just be in a constant like just freeze spot where
oh man,
he's
love
at
you,
1
Joey.
hot dog, and all we can count is the 1.
Yeah,
it's truly impressive. It's
Impressive
truly impressive, though, Ronald.
yeah.
It's it'd just be crazy right now, though.
What's that?
If you just shotgunned the last 4 beers.
I chugged the first one, Juice. I chugged that first one. I poured it and downed it.
That.
No, if I shotgun a beer right now, it's all coming back up.
Wait, do we have 2? Is there 2 different Peter Parkers?
Peter Porker.
Peter? Oh, there's Peter Porker and Peter Parker. Wow.
Peter Parker and Peter Porker.
Oh, Garrett Cooper.
That's electric. There's Peter Porker and Peter Parker.
Oh, wow. Christian Walker goes to run to catch the ball. Y'all just see it? Wow. I don't know where it is. I know. Yo, man, you know what? Side story about Christian Walker, okay?
I'll be back, gentlemen. I got to go get more beer.
Okay.
Good luck.
I went to Wrigley last year. Me and my wife went to a Diamondbacks game, and it was one of those things where I checked the forecast, and there was a chance of rain. I done bought my ticket, real cheap ticket, kind of it was in the lower section, but under the roof. So, excuse me, it was under the roof. So it was one of those you had you wasn't going to be able to see everything. So that Thursday, the game was on a Friday. That Thursday, I, got to looking on SeatGeek because I was like, oh my gosh, there's 100% chance of rain. And I was like, well, maybe we'll get a good deal on tickets. And I got a seat. Me and my wife got tickets right behind the dugout. I could touch the dugout. I could slap it. I was right there. And so we're sitting there. We're behind the Arizona dugout watching the game, which was awesome. I recommend anybody, you get the opportunity to do it if you can afford it. I lucked out because the tickets were cheap because everybody thought it was going to be a rain out. So I'm sitting there watching the game, and fun fact on the side, Madison Bumgarner's wife was 2 people down from us.
Nice.
He was pitching. So I'm watching the game. Christian Walker is basically in between innings. He's standing at the fence, exactly where I'm sitting. I guess that was just his spot. That's his spot. Everybody has a spot when they go to the dugout. When they come through, they're watching everybody else hit. This is your spot. That was his spot in front of me. Cool. We're watching the game. Okay, a few beers deep, whatever. But Arizona's batting. Umpire calls ball 4. We're all like, no, it was a strike. It was a strike. We're all sitting there. And Christian Walker proceeds to turn around, look in all of our direction, and just goes, it was a ball. And shit you not, Juice. I almost pissed my pants, and I was like, "Yes, sir. You're right. It was a ball. I'm sorry." Tell you, do you want my wallet too?
Here.
But yeah, it was a fun time though. Yeah, that was a fun moment. I also got the Mark Melanson. Mark Melanson was pretty
Mark,
cool.
that's a name.
Like after the game or whatever, I guess he was kind of like coming back to like say hey to his family and stuff, and like I kind of waved at him. I was like because they lost that game, and I was like, I'm just like I acted like I was booing him. I was like, you're good, man. He's like, he was cool. He played along. He played along with it.
Correct.
Whoa! Speaking of Christian Walker's burner account is in the chat. Oh God, do you want my wallet? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, Christian Walker's burner.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Christian Walker, who just lost the ball a while ago.
Hey, this is amazing. We've gotten a whole new like
run of
clientele of people tonight. This is fun. This was worth doing.
It was fun. It is fun. I say was as if it was over.
How about these Cubs? Yeah, we still got a lot of baseball left here, boys.
There's a Cub legend right there, Bob Brenly.
Oh, good old Mr. Brenly.
Good old Bob.
Oh, those are just his voice, man. That just brings back memories, don't it?
Yeah. Him and Len.
Oh man. Just afternoons, like outside playing baseball with your friends, neighbors, whatever. You come in, turn on the game, and like Bob Brenly, Len Casper on the broadcast.
Aramis gone.
This one's out of here.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a piss, but then I have a question I have to ask you guys that maybe our guy Bobby asked.
Mr. Foster?
Did Bobby Foster talk to you guys yesterday? Ask you guys a question?
I don't know.
Bobby Foster.
Okay. I'm going to take a pee break, but when I come back, I'm going to ask both of you guys a question that Bobby asked me. If you're listening, shout out to you, Bobby. You've been doing awesome work.
Bobby's a fucking legend. Bobby,
you
will
are
be
a
on
legend,
these
Bobby.
airwaves
You are a legend. You have been awesome. I'm going to ask you guys the same question that Bobby asked. No, Bobby just messaged me on Twitter last night. You just randomly messaged me. And I was like, man, that's a pretty cool question. So I'm going to ask you guys, and we'll go from there. But I've got to take a piss.
Have at it, man.
Do it. Juice, while we're sitting here, Mr. Lefevre, our good friend, Mr. Brian Lefevre, says, sup, dude? He just got home from softball. How's Ron doing? Well, Brian, the 9 hot dogs are completed. We're only in the bottom of the 5th. I am on my 6th beer. I have 7 sitting here waiting to be opened. 8 and 9 are currently getting nice and cold in the old fridge. And the beauty of 8 and 9, they got the old fish on them. It's a true bush can. When they got camouflage, corn, or fish, it's a real bush can. These got the fish on them. So that's how we'll end this thing. I'll tell you what, though. Now that the hot dogs have settled a little bit, the beer feels easy. We're just sipping on these things.
This challenge is just too easy for you.
See, here's the thing, Juice. I got a lot of messages throughout the day today. A lot of good lucks and a lot of, you got this and, LOLs and all that good stuff. And I'll tell you what, Juice. They didn't know the lion inside of old Ron Luce. Not only was this challenge too easy.
I was a believer.
I know. Oh, I know you were. But I was born for this shit.
Oh, right? This is your game.
This is my shit. Because when it comes to eating and just putting your body through any type of torture, it's all mental. And there's no greater asset in my body than my brain. Except for nights that I drink too many beers, because clearly we've seen that already tonight. We're off to a start. You know what? I love this. We have the boat Gerald R. Ford here in the comment section. This is super exciting stuff right now. I'm a boat, and I'm a fat ass. It's nice to meet you, Gerald R. Ford. What a legendary moment in the sake of this stream. Scott says I'm going to be done by the 7th inning stretch.
You will be done by the 7th inning stretch.
Maybe. What the fuck is that?
Is that a little finger?
Yes.
Why do you have that?
This is behind the bar. It's the finger.
Oh.
Who knows where this finger has been, to be honest with you.
Sup, brother?
What is
Special
that?
team.
teams, special plays, special players.
Tuesday.
We have equal
Not only do we have
displacement.
that, Ronald, this bar has a lot of weird shit behind it. Not only do we have the finger,
I think
we've
your
got the
colon could
pop
give you
glow.
brain run. The pop glow.
This is like Mr. You ready to just sing your little heart out. But Ron,
You make me wanna shout. Put my hands up and shout.
I got a better item back here.
Uh-oh.
Than all of those.
Uh-oh. Bum 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 bum.
This is a real Viking horn.
That's awesome. Dude, can you rip a beer out of that? Like right now?
I could, but it's not mine. It's my dad's.
Fuck. Where are you at right now?
Papa Juice won't mind.
This is my parents' basement.
He's at Casa de Juice's parents.
We got landscaping going on at the.
Sorry for cussing, brother.
At the Bachelski house, so
Jared
I'm in
Leffler,
town to do some landscaping work this week.
Juice, you guys will appreciate this. Darren says, "I don't know, Ron. I think your colon could give your brain a run." Excuse me.
Somebody else too said that Joey should do the 999, but we should do something different for Joey since he's Italian. We should do like 9 cannolis.
No, 9 cannolis is easy.
No, I'm talking about the big cannoli.
Oh, you're talking the big boys. No, make them do like.
We need to make the like limoncello.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
I know it doesn't.
Make them drink nine glasses of limoncello vodka. That's more a Polish thing, though. That's not really so much an Italian thing.
That's true. What do Italians make? Wine. We could do wine for him.
He needs to drink 9 glasses of red wine and eat 9 meatball subs.
How about just like 9 of those big ass meatballs?
Oh, here you go, Brian Lefebvre. Brian's got it figured out. 9 Italian sausage beef combos.
There you go.
With the 9 wines, like Tony said here. So we got
9 wines.
9 wines and meatball steins. I don't know. We'll make it rhyme somehow.
We'll make it fun. But boys, I hate to leave, but this is the time I have to go. Ronald,
hold on, just before you leave though, would you intercept the F-22 in our comment section?
No. Way too fast for me. I'll tell you that. Joey already get it. This would be bad for Joey. He's not a wine drinker.
Oh, that makes it even better. I'm not a beer drinker. I don't really drink beer a lot anymore, guys. That's a fun fact. I'm more. If you would have told me I had to drink 9 glasses of wine tonight, the wine would have been gone by the 3rd inning.
This is
I love red wine. Like there is the ultimate Ron Luce story ever. Story time here on Cubs on Tap Live.
Yeah.
On a random Tuesday night about 2 years ago, maybe even a little over 2 years ago, maybe it was 3 years ago. A random Tuesday night, I drank 2.5 bottles of wine because I was going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, like today.
Yeah,
is today Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Worse than today. See, but Brian, this is the thing. He says, but wine hangovers are the worst. I don't get wine hangovers.
You're just a medical.
I'm built different, Juice.
Yeah. Real quick though, before you folks, it looks like Kyle Hendricks is coming out of the game. Bases loaded, 1 out. This may or may not be the last time we see him as a starter. I don't know. Quick question before you leave, Juice. Minus 2016 playoffs doesn't count. Favorite Kyle Hendricks moment?
Ooh.
I've got mine easy.
I got mine easy too.
His 80, what he throw 88 against the Cardinals?
80 pitch dime piece.
His Greg Maddux complete game. Yeah.
That was fun. His base hit in the 2015 Cardinals Cubs series in the 2nd inning. That was cool.
Yeah.
his opening day start in 2020 was fun. We were together for that.
Tony's blaming me stopping eating hot dogs for what's happening with the Cubs right now. No, you know what's happening, Tony? Because I know damn well, because your White Sox didn't play tonight, he's got the Cubs game on. For those that don't know, Tony Marchese is the ultimate curse to the Chicago Cubs. Because I will get text messages from him on random days when something bad happens and he goes, "Oh, that wasn't a great pitch." And I'm like, "Tony, just turn the fucking game off."
Stop watching.
Because every time you watch,
Turn
bad things
TV
happen.
off. 2003, he texts you like, ooh, that was a tough play in left
I was
field,
gonna say,
wasn't it?
Joey over here just exposing hot secrets. This is the worst, Brian. He agrees. Last time he got drunk on wine, he was 17, had to take a flight back. And then he goes, "Never mind. Sorry, YouTube. I was not underage." Well, it's a little late to retract that now, Joey.
Yeah, that knock on your door here in about an hour, that's about to be the
Juice. Another question for you from Brian Lefevre before you go. Are the D-backs and Cubs the new hot rivalry after last September? He kind of loves how tough they're playing each other in these last two games.
Dude,
I'm glad you asked that, Brian. Go ahead, Juice.
Low key, I would hate to see them in a playoff because the Cubs never play well there.
I would too. I agree. I think
they're
the Diamondbacks
pitching. They got a really good chance to shake up that division and make a good run. I know the Dodgers are really good, and they're probably going to win that division, but it'd be interesting to watch. It's going to be interesting to watch those games, man.
It will be. Yeah, it will be.
It will be.
I don't mind the Diamondbacks. They play,
dude.
I'll play baseball fun.
They do, and I'll tell you what. This has been a good rival. I don't want to call it a rivalry, but this has been a good series between these two teams. Why'd you have to say something, Tyler?
Well, Luke Little just threw one away. Looks like it's 5-5. Still one out. Runners on second and third. That is probably going to be a pass. I don't know. That could be a wild pitch, but you got
I got to roll, boys.
All right, Juice.
I wish.
See, that's exactly. There you go, Ron. Right there. What just Tony just said. There you go. Yeah, that's a pass ball.
Here it is. Look at this. We got two of them. Tony, please stop watching. Tony, please keep watching. No, stop it, Brian.
Brian, stop it. Tony, stop it.
The suggestion being 9 plates of spaghetti. Yeah. Oh no, and hot dog. Hot dog's not happy with me.
Wow,
that can't be topped. I have to leave after that one.
Hey, see you, Juice. Thanks for jumping on.
See you guys,
man.
Of course.
Thanks for jumping.
Rob, take it home, man. Nothing but beers down the stretch here.
We're good. I'm about to actually before you go.
Look at
Where
that.
are you at on beers?
That was 6.
Oh hell, we've still got 4 innings.
Kids like done.
Or I guess technically, 4 innings, possibly 3.5. However you want to put it. I guess. Hopefully it's not 3.5. Hopefully it is. But hey, Brian, I'm glad. Hey, see you, Juice.
See you guys.
Juice.
I'm glad Brian brought up that. What's going on right now?
I'm pouring a beer. Oh my god!
No. Like Luke Little, he's throwing. What did he slip? Trainer's coming out to look. I guess he's okay. Anyways, no, Brian. I'm glad you brought up that question as far as Diamondbacks Cubs rivalry, because I had a question. I just made a list of stuff. Just
made a list.
And so the Dodgers and the Padres, everybody's talking about that right now because of the whole Jerickson Profar thing, the Manny Machado thing, yada, yada, yada. Oh, it's a rivalry. Personally, okay, I think as far as the Dodgers and the Padres on a side note, yeah, I think the players probably look at that as a rivalry. But, Ron, is there a real rivalry right now in baseball? Is there 2 teams right now? And the reason I say I don't see the Padres Dodgers unless you're just a diehard Padres or a diehard Dodgers fan, and I can understand if maybe you see that as a rivalry, even though the Dodgers have basically owned them.
Although the greatest meme of all time, though.
Yes. That meme is. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The Padres fan and the Dodgers fan. He points at him and goes,
"Awesome." That was awesome.
I love that. That is one of my favorite things.
Right now, today on April 16th at 10:17 p.m., 11:17 p.m. for some people, and I guess 7:17 if you're out west. Or 8-8-7. I don't know. Is there a rivalry? Is there a legit rivalry right now in baseball?
I think Yankees Red Sox is a legitimate
Do you
rivalry.
still think that like if you asked a Red Sox or Yankees fan right now and said, "Hey, what's because like do you
And
really
I
think
think
right now?"
for the Cubs, here's my hot take when it comes to Cub motherfucker.
Yeah. That's
Mother-
two. That's two. And wow.
Tony, turn the fucking game off. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. It's that sucks because we were talking up Miguel Amaya so much, and I don't know how they're going to call that as far as whether it's a pass ball or wild pitch. But
I don't care. All I know is Tony needs to turn the fucking game.
Tony needs to turn it off, but Miguel, buddy,
I am feeling it, Joey. I am really feeling it right now. I am like
you've got to make a better effort than that. I'm sorry.
We're getting on the thing. Nick even says Tony to stop watching. I think Red Sox Yankees is the thing, but my hot take, Tyler, I think Cubs Brewers is more of a rivalry currently than Cubs Cardinals.
Oh, I agree. I
think the respect factor of the of the two franchises.
Yep.
Is very much a thing still in terms of Cubs Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
But motherfucker.
Yep. And Eugenio Suarez sacrifice fly to right, and we've got a 7-5 ball game now.
Tony, I'm going to deprive you of any good content for the next year if you don't turn the fucking game off.
Joey, I agree. You've got to sell out and block both of those. That especially that second one where you just kind of I'll bring the major league clip or quote, whatever you want to call it. Not this Ole shit. Yeah, you've got to make a better effort than that. Sorry, but anyways, I'm sorry, Ron. Go. You're talking about Red Sox Yankees.
No, I think Cubs Brewers right now is truly more of the rivalry because those two fan bases don't like each other. No. The Cubs own the Brewers in the sense of like they've literally charged more parking on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Cubs. It says it on their signs, I swear to God, at that shithole in Milwaukee.
Well, you say they own the Brewers in what way you're saying?
Just mentally and economically as well. It literally says on the signs, it says parking Monday through Thursday, one price. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's just the fucking Cubs logo, and it's another price. So they can play them on a Monday night, and they charge more for parking because they know that Cubs fans are going to keep the lights on at American Family Garbage Fuck Field.
Yeah.
And
I will say
that's what it is.
And I hate even saying this, but to play devil's advocate, Jesus, what is going on, Miguel? What the hell is happening? Well, we've got a wow.
What
okay, happened? I'm sorry, but bottom of the fifth here, it has gotten sloppy.
Oh no!
I feel like this is a inning that Miguel Amaya wishes he could take back and erase and start all over. I know it's not all his fault. I get it, but man, what is happening here?
Yeah, Brian said it too. He thinks starting this one over. 24 runs in 4 games to start the season.
And good God.
Pretty hard.
That's what happens. Hey.
What?
Is this going to be one of those games? Okay. It's just we've still got time. We've got over 4 innings of baseball left. But this right now has potential. This has potential to be one of those games that makes the list. And if you know,
this game's already on my list.
Man. Okay.
Luke Little apologizes. Says sorry, his massive scaling is making it hard to pitch.
But no, back to what we're talking about. I will say, to play devil's advocate, the Cubs may own the Brewers, as you say. At least the Cubs own the Brewers fan base, front office, whatever you want to call it. But the Brewers have owned the Cubs. Let's be honest, probably since as far as in the division. Since what, 2018, when they Was it 2018 they played the game 163? Was that 2018?
That was 18. No, I'm sorry. That was 19.
19?
That was
Okay.
19. 19. Yeah. Sorry. I'm on faded brain right now. I'm struggling.
Do what?
I'm struggling right now. I will say this long inning, though, is making it much easier on me to get through this.
Oh, as far as, man, but this, for as much as we've been praising Miguel Amaya this game, this inning, like everybody's saying in the comments, I think he wishes he could have.
Luke Little corrected me here. He says 19, they were in third place. He said
so 18 was the year they played game.
It was 18 because I'm thinking
Jesus.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of 17 because I'm thinking of the year that they played the Nats in the playoffs. That was 17, and then 18. It was the year after the Nats year.
Yeah.
But yeah. That would have been
played
20.
them, and then what? Played the Rockies in the wild card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They played them in the 1-game wild card game, and they lost.
Yep.
The fucking Rockies, dude.
Gosh, I guess that's the last time they made the playoffs too. The Rockies.
It probably is. Take one down, pass it around.
Well, for those that are watching that may not be watching the game, I'm sure you probably are. We've got runners on first and third, bottom of the fifth, 2 outs, 8-5. Brian Lefevre's Diamondbacks with the vampire himself, Tucker Barnhart, up to bat. And this inning has just, now runners on second and third, but as McCarthy takes second. This inning has kind of fallen off the rails after just last inning or the top of the inning getting a 5-4 lead, and now they have scored 4 runs. Yeah. 4 runs this inning.
4 runs. Four unanswered runs.
Unanswered runs.
Scott says, "Don't make me think." I agree. I can't think right now. And Darren says, "I look to be in misery." I am in misery. No, I really am. I'm struggling right now. These beers are going down, but like it's with every sip, I feel the hot dogs. Yeah, and I'm just like, that's where we're struggling. And Nick said it best: you can't give away outs in professional baseball; they will make you pay.
That's true.
100%. Brian Lefevre says, "Fret not, Cubs fans. Torrey used up our best relievers in the last 2 games, so he's sure Magoo will go back out for another inning, or you'll get Mickey Castro, who will inevitably give the lead back." Brian, if that happens, I will metaphorically kiss you on the forehead, but I don't think that's happening right now. Amaya going to come up and hit a dinger next inning. I hope you're right, Scott. Tony says Ron needs some rally dogs. Tony needs to just not watch the Cubs.
Stop watching the game.
Still
listen to the still listen to the stream, but just pick a different game. You know what? St. Louis is up 3-2 on Oakland right now. Watch their game and go comment on the Cardinals people and tell them, blah, 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 blah. And, jinx them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I support that.
Jesus.
Luke Little asks Tyler, which side are you guys in on the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar? I'll be brutally honest. Didn't even know there was a beef between the two of them right now.
I didn't either.
I will naturally go with in my opinion, the true better rapper. I don't know what they're beefing about, but I'll take the Kendrick Lamar side for the sake of the argument. I like Drake, but now that he's putting men on blast because apparently he's got a big schlong, I think Kendrick needs to bury him and put him back in his place.
So I was a big Drake. Come on, Christopher. Oh. Wow, Michael Busch saves him. Michael Busch saves a run. Christopher Morel ground out and throws a one-hopper. We're finally out of the inning, but wow, Michael Busch saved Christopher Morel from an error as well as another run, possibly 2. Actually, that probably would have been 2 runs.
Probably.
But no, I like Drake when I was a freshman in college, Drake was just on was just coming up because my roommate at the time was all about him. His first song, I believe it was one of his first real popular songs was Successful. I know you've heard it. I know you've heard it. And so at night, because we'd go to rallies or wherever to get food. He'd always play that in his, we'd ride together to go get rallies, and that's all he'd play was Drake, and he'd play that Successful song. He's just like, man, this guy, man, Drake, he's gonna be the next thing, man. And next thing you know, here he is. But I don't know, Drake seems like that guy. And again, I like Drake. I'll listen to Drake. I'm not a big rap fan, but I'll listen to a little bit. He seems like that guy that never left high school. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
I get it though. It's funny. I appreciate that. Luke Little says that's a dub, and he owes Michael Bush the favor after the game.
He saved this game.
Tony says, "How am I supposed to track the game against his remaining beers?" You just don't. I have 3 beers left. Well, 2.5 technically. So we're
how many
rolling.
beers have you? How many beers have you had so far?
6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Yeah, I'm halfway through this one right now.
I got you.
I am slowing down though. We are officially hitting the struggle part of this thing. It's
a rally dog for the cause.
That makes me sick watching you eat that. I will say,
I'm eating these bad boys plain.
I'll tell you what. Going back to the Dollar Dog Day story, there was one night I saw on the leaderboard that was being tracked amongst the fans that 16 was the most eaten in a game. So I told my buddy Zach Larson, I was best man is when he's one of my best friends. I said I could go eat 17, and he goes, "Bet I'm going to buy tickets to a Dollar Dog night. I'm going to watch you do this." And I was like, "All right, we're going to do it." And I did it, and I got to the 17. But I will tell you right now, how do I put this? By the 10th and 11th hot dog, you can taste the casing on the hot dog. Yeah, it's bad, dude. It's bad. Brian's trying to throw shade at me. He says, "I thought the challenge was to eat, drink a hot dog, and a beer each inning. Feels like you tried to cheat, Ronald." I didn't try to cheat. It just says the 999 is 9 beers and 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. They don't say per each inning of the 9. So in theory, if we're being honest, I'm very on pace with the beer. Right now, the beers are flowing at about a beer an inning. We're on that pace, but I was starving, so 3 hot dogs were gone in the first inning because I didn't eat dinner. This was my dinner purposely so I could eat. Because if I ate dinner, I would have thrown up 3 innings ago.
I ate dinner. I had to eat dinner because I was just I'm not waiting until 9 o'clock to eat a couple of hot dogs with Ronald. I was like, I have to eat, but I was like, I'll still make some hot dogs. That way, if he's struggling on the last few.
I'm about to boot Tony from the chat here. He agreeing with Brian. I didn't try to cheat anything. What did I cheat? If you two would like to claim that I cheated, I would like to see the two of you, or any of you. And Joey said this too. Ron cheated. He thought this before too tonight. It's the 999. 9 beers and 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. It doesn't have to be per each inning. But guess what? If you guys are so hell-bent on it, then why don't the 3 of you come and we'll all do it in person, and I will bury all of you live in a 999 with 1 per inning.
This is Ron burying you.
It might be the Busch Lights talking right now.
It's probably the Busch Lights talking, but still.
No. See, Brian's now backpedaling. He's like, "Well, I'm just saying we got to put an asterisk on this event." Then let's do it. Come challenge me. Let's do it.
You heard it here, folks. Ron has challenged Brian.
Joey says I'm the Barry Bonds of this contest. Okay, Joey.
I would take that as a compliment.
I do take that as a compliment. Let's go, Joey.
I would take that as a compliment.
I'll take you on too, brother. I'll take you on too. This is my event. This is my challenge. I am the 999.
Yeah.
How dare you try to take this away from me? Anyway.
And I'm just the advocate.
There's just a lot of, you know what I've just learned here tonight, Tyler? There's a lot of salt in the comment section.
Yeah. That's
what I've learned.
Yeah.
A lot of salt in the comment section tonight. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Because now, especially with Mr. Marchese begging for more content for the Untapped Sports, and I might just go into a shell for 3 months. You may never hear from me for the next 3 months after a night like tonight.
I can see that. You guys.
Space NWI Steve in a full ear off. Then we're earring off. Oh, eat off.
You guys have just awoken a dragon.
He's refused to go in all against Steve. I never refused anything, Tony.
Erupted a volcano.
Steve has never been one to say anything about it. I've talked about it. I would go against Steve. I don't think Steve can eat that much, truly.
Tyler is Paul Heyman. Juice had the tribal chief finger, and Ron is Solo Sokola, a.k.a. Barry Bonds. I love it.
We love
Ladies and gentlemen, my name. Ooh, Miguel Amaya's up. Let's hope that, let's see if he,
I really want to know who these people are in the comments because this is electric.
Oh, Paul Heyman?
No, Aubrey Graham here. You guys got beef with me too. It's a picture of Drake.
I love it.
I want to know where these are coming from.
Is that?
electric.
I'm sorry. I'm probably going to sound really stupid. Is that Drake's real name?
I'm going to sound really stupid too. It might be. I don't know.
Drake's first name is Aubrey?
Yes, Aubrey Drake Graham. Drake is his middle name.
Well, that's how I'll rebuttal with that, Drake. Your name is Aubrey. Write a song about it.
Do it. Hey,
Oh.
it might be a banger. It might be like Jordan 96, 97.
Well, Miguel Amaya does not hit a home run that inning. Instead, he strikes out at a fastball. Looks like to be 2 feet above his head, at his eyes. And,
I think that was like 3 feet above his head.
yeah, that was just a forget about an inning. Man. Gosh. So what do we got? Top
So
of
fun
6?
fact. So Brian said a little bit earlier, he's like, I'm down. I would fail, but I'll try it. Brian, I have less beef with you. I'm just saying.
Respect, Brian.
I don't know if it's in the bylaws. It's not, I've never seen the bylaws of the 999 challenge. What is not what is 9 divided by 9? I need what is the 999 challenge. I want to see what it says here. Eat 9 hot dogs. Nope, hold on. I'm trying to find officially. 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings. Simple. You eat 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, or drink 9 beers, and do it during a baseball game. So it doesn't say you have to eat and drink 1 per inning. It just says 9 and 9 in 9.
Exactly.
So I don't think I cheated. I was just strategic because I knew the hot dogs would be harder. And I went ahead and I got it out of here.
Yeah. You know what? Don't let them bring you down, Ron.
I'm not brought down.
This is your night. This is your night.
Rolling.
Do you think Jordan let the haters bring him down during the flu game?
Hey,
any
fun
6
fact.
of the championship games? No.
Fun fact.
Go ahead.
The Wi-Fi at the stadium in Utah is literally called Jordan Pushed Off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's some petty shit. So again, Jordan don't give a fuck because Jordan's got the ring and the trophy to back it up. Joey says it's a technicality. Oop, how we go? This is a technicality like the wild pitches for Miguel Maya's fastballs. Tony, Steve, and Joey could do 999 together. That would be some electric content. I think, you know what I think will be electric?
What's
Tony and Steve of Sox on Tap versus Joey and I of Cubs on Tap because we would dominate. Because I've seen Joey eat. Joey can eat.
I'd say Joey. I'd say Joey could probably do pretty well in a 999 challenge. I could see it.
Yeah, I think he could. Again, dude, like it really is at one point one of the two things gets harder, and to me, it's better to. I agree with Brian on this. We're gonna dive into this comment here in a second. The comment section is electric tonight. Tyler, we might have to do these more often, if nothing else, for the comment section. Like
really
this has been hysterically fun. I've enjoyed this. For example, she got an Android. Her messages in lime green. Search one name and end up seeing 20 things: Nadine, Christine, Justine, Kathleen, Charlene, Pauline, Claudine. I like it. I like the raps. I appreciate it.
That's pretty good.
I tag him in this phone like some sardines,
Aubrey.
and he sent me naked picture. It's the small things. I hope I did that justice, Aubrey. I'm trying to bring some juice to it.
Yeah.
But Brian said here, Jordan
Aubrey.
didn't push off though. Byron Russell overran the play, and MJ gave him a love tap, and it's 100% true. The Jazz are just salty. That's more so what it was. Tony says he's not really an eating person. Well, that's tragic. Then, if you're not an eating person, then I don't know what to tell you. Mr. Ricotta, he says my stomach is bigger than my brain. We will dominate. And then, in addition, Scott, Rockford boys can't drink beer. Go suck on your vape. Such an attack at Joey.
Dang. Shots fired.
That's amazing. That's funny. And then Darren says, I say for anyone to challenge Raw, we have to see a solo 999 performance to show they're worthy first. I support that. You need to go through this pain alone first. Because I feel like if I'm competing against somebody, that competitive drive kicks in, and it gets a lot easier. When you compete against yourself, it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, oh no.
Yeah, we've got runners on first and second, looks like. I don't know what they called that last play to Michael Bush. I don't know if it was an error or not. It was hit pretty hard. But Corbin Carroll rips a single through third and short. Good effort by Dansby. I mean, that's a tough play. But, wow, we've got no outs.
We are.
Man, Palencia's got good stuff, too, as far as just, like, numbers-wise. I mean, you just see him throw. You see the velocity. And I guess that also means it's got potential to get hit too hard, I guess. Who do we got? Oh gosh, Gurriel Jr. Oh, they're at 3-4-5.
Joey. Scott beating me at fantasy wasn't enough. Joey.
Oh yeah, so how's fantasy going? Aren't y'all in a fantasy league? Or
We are. I am let me see here. I don't even know what the hell my team is doing this year. I've been so bad about keeping up with fantasy baseball this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am. It's not great, Bob. I am. Wait,
Call a single.
I am 1-2 currently.
Yeah.
My team name is She's a Keller Queen.
Not bad.
With Mitch Keller. Yeah. The picture is Emilia Clarke's character from the Solo movie. Electric film.
Yeah, Solo, like Han Solo movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Emilia Clarke. I mean.
So you're a big Solo fan?
I thought it was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it for what it was. Like, I think so many people.
Double play. We're good. Okay. I'm sorry. Solo.
No, I'm glad you said that because my stream decided to stop working for 2 seconds.
Double play. We got a runner on third base, 2 outs.
Yeah, but that's better than.
I mean, Solo wasn't bad. It was probably one of my least favorite of the newer films. I will say props to the Darth Maul. The Darth Maul scene was awesome. But I forgot you were a Star Wars nut too.
I am.
I am too. As everyone's favorite player, Christian Walker steps up. Wonder if he's still on here. Anyways. Well, he's not on here because he's batting right now. But
she said, "Do you love me?"
Yeah, he did. Oh, come on, man.
This is the electric one. She said, "Do you love me?" I tell her only partly. I only love my med and my mom. I'm sorry. It's facts. That's a banger. I don't want to say that too far out loud because I'm working.
Dixon Walker, sir.
That's Christian Dixon Walker. That's CDW. That sounds like isn't that the name of an insurance company or a technology sales company? Aubrey, Emilia Clarke. Sheesh. Hey, Yeah. Tyler, you entertain the people real quick. I need to go get the last 2 beers.
I've got you, man. I've got you. Well, you know what then? You know what? I'm gonna start off by talking about what I need to. I'm gonna ask you here in a second when you come back, but I just got this thought after yesterday, and it's the third. Go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead. I'll talk to the people for a second as the Daniel Palencia looks like. Oh, did he hit? No, I guess he just walked him. I thought he hit him like right in the groin or whatever, but would have added insult to injury. Runners on first and third. No, Jock Peterson up. Anyways, so the last 3 seasons. Yes, I rang. The last 3 seasons, MLB has done the whole. Oh, you're back. Perfect timing.
Hold on. I'm
Perfect
back.
timing. Okay. So the last 3 seasons,
You
for Jackie Robinson Day has done the Dodger Blue 42 on the back of the jerseys, right?
Yes.
I think the Cubs Road Grays should get rid of that, just the big red number on the back. Give me
the blue.
Give me the blue on the back with a white outline. Put the names up if you want to or not. I think that I noticed it last year. I don't know what it was about last year, but like last year I noticed it and I just thought these should be our road grays. Put the number on the back in blue. I know like yesterday was more of a Dodger blue. Put that blue on there, or either that or go back to the 50s and 60s road grays where it was like the blue with the was it the blue with the red outline or the red with the blue outline? One or the other, but like one of those two. I'm not a fan of the big red numbers on the back with the white outline. That's just me.
I think that's fair. I mean, I don't know. I think the Cubs can do a lot with their jerseys just to like spice them up a little bit. I don't hate the red numbers, but I don't hate the red numbers on the road grays, but I will say like I think the only reason they're red is because the Chicago is blue across the chest.
Yeah.
So it's for contrast.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't hate that idea either, to be brutally honest with you. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Also, because I love the idea as far as like, because I know you're a big baby blue guy.
I am. I love
that's something they've got to bring back the baby blues. They've got to bring back those freaking Field of Dream jerseys. The fact that they have not worn those since then is a travesty because those uniforms were awesome.
They were awesome. They were
awesome. Also,
there's the bass.
I think because here's the thing: who buys the buys the jerseys?
Me.
Who buys jerseys?
Me.
I've got a couple over here in this closet, but the fans buy the jersey.
Right.
Why not let the fans
decide,
vote or decide on at least one jersey? Like whether it's every year or whatever, just vote on something. Be like, hey, this is the jersey we want. Hey, if you guys put this jersey in your arsenal, we will buy it a lot.
That's how I feel about the baby blues.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, like I know
they haven't worn the baby. When's the last time they wore the baby blues? Was it like when Rizzo and Bryant were on here?
Yeah, I think it was the year that they did all the throwback jerseys. I think they wore them for like one game.
I remember a series in Oakland. That's the last time I can picture the baby blue pinstripes. It was in Oakland, and Jake Arrieta pitched. That's the last time I remember them wearing baby blues.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think the baby blue jersey, because like more than half the league had baby blue jerseys back in the day. The Braves had a baby blue.
The Braves,
the Brewers had a baby blue. The Cardinals have their baby blue that they've resurrected. Obviously, the Royals have a baby blue, but like the Cubbies had a baby blue. Like a lot of teams had the baby blue, and it looks good. The Dodgers had a baby blue. Like they should. Every team that had a baby blue jersey should resurrect the baby blues.
They really should. Yeah,
they're great jerseys. And again, everybody's like, well, why are you going to bring back the baby blues? Every team has one. Every team has a road gray jersey. What the fuck's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
At least the baby blues are cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like the baby blue jersey. I think the baby blue jerseys are beautiful. I think there's something different in baseball. We sit here as a fan base and bitch and moan about this sport that refuses to change. And yet we try to do something cool about bringing back something that in retro that was phenomenal, like the baby blue jerseys, and everybody poo-poos it because they're like, whoa, that's not that. But the teams that bring it back, every team that had a baby blue, like if you want to make the argument, because people say they're like, well, not every team has baby blue in their colors, so why do they need a baby blue jersey? The Cardinals don't have baby blue in their fucking colors, yet the Cardinals have one of the best looking baby blue jerseys in baseball.
True.
And they brought it back and everybody supported it. So what is the fucking difference if every team in baseball brings them back? You know how cool that would be? And you know what would be even cooler? Unless you have a putrid color scheme that doesn't support a baby blue jersey, every team gets a baby blue jersey. Like if it makes sense for your team, like could you imagine like the New York Yankees with a baby blue jersey?
No, but it'd be cool.
It would be cool. But again, there's already how many teams in baseball have baby blue jersey? At least 10, if not more.
Yeah, I'd say probably at least 10 because okay, let's see here. The Blue Jays, the Royals, the Rays, the Cardinals,
Yeah, now that's the thing is even now with the Rays color change, they could do. But the Phillies had a baby blue. The Seattle Mariners. The Mariners have a baby blue.
One.
The Rangers have a baby blue.
I forgot
the Blue Jays have a baby blue. The Cubs had a baby blue. Like
Nico, third hit of the night. He's back.
We love that. We love that. He's hashtag.
Runners on second and third, no outs. Let's go.
The Twins have a baby blue. Like why don't we have more baby blue jerseys in baseball?
I think I like it.
I think we need to bring back the baby blue. And Brian says here, he says, too many teams wear red. Also, why do we have to name teams after Red Sox? LOL. I think he meant we have to name two teams after Red Sox. Yeah, I mean, there's teams named after White Sox, too. Fun fact, a lot of people don't know this. The White Sox actually stole their name from the old original Chicago Cubs.
Wow.
Because the old Chicago Cubs were called the Chicago White Stockings. Now, mind you, this is like 1880. Yeah. So a stocking was a sock effectively at that time in terms of English vocabulary. Mm-hmm. And they were too lazy to make up a new name. So they changed it to the White Sox. So the Cubs were like, well, fuck you guys. We're going to change our name then because we don't want to be the same as you peasants.
That's interesting.
They went with the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, fun little history fact. Now, granted, again, this is all before 1900. So this is well over 100 years ago that this all happened. Well over 120 years ago that this all happened. Probably closer to 150 years ago, for being brutally honest. But Joey says, speaking of bringing things back, Ron, check the X machine. I don't know what that means. I'm a little scared.
Oh, man.
The cloud.
Multiplied by 9999999. Yo, I ain't finished. You don't know what I was going to say. 998999999.889
Oh wow.
Unbelievable. Joey Ricotta is bored.
Oh man. Well, if you're watching the live stream, they just brought up an awesome graphic of Ben Brown, Shota Imanaga, and Javier Assad.
Hashtag shoved.
Those three guys have got to stay in your rotation, right? Is Ben Brown staying in the rotation? I think after tonight, Ben Brown's in the rotation. Kyle Hendricks is out. Who just brought it up? I believe it was Scott. Somebody brought it up. As far as Kyle Hendricks, had an interesting stat about Kyle Hendricks. I think it's on here. Let me look.
I got you.
7 earned runs. First pitcher in MLB to allow 5+ earned runs in his first 4 starts of the season since 2019. Thank you, Scott.
He's the first Cub pitcher to do it since the earned run stat became official in 1913.
I think that right there says it all. Like, I think that answers our question. I mean, unless God forbid, Jordan, something happens tomorrow with Jordan, injury, blah, blah, blah. Barring injury, barring just a moonshot event by the Diamondbacks, I think we may have just sit here and watched Kyle Hendricks' last game as a starter for the Cubs, possibly.
I think in this situation,
at least in the near for the next few months.
Yeah, I agree. And I think too what like Juice mentioned earlier, he's like, no, like they're gonna let Hendricks pitch and blah blah blah, and like
that's what somebody else said on Facebook today.
But there's a world where I could see Jed doing that, but I think even Jed knows that's not the right move. And I think in that situation, you know who it's up to. It's up to Craig Counsell to be like, hey, I get it. We all love Kyle. But if you guys want to win fucking baseball games,
it's just
he can't be giving up a fucking 5 or a 7 earned spot every time he goes out there. And right now, when you got Ben Brown, who has given up 2 runs in his 3 starts, like you can't do that. Get down.
Oh, what a catch!
Yeah,
nice little catch there, but I believe was that Corbin Carroll that caught that?
I believe so.
Nice little catch by Corbin Carroll. Thought it was going to bounce out of his glove.
Yeah, but the runners.
I think oh! If I'm reading, because I've got the subtitles on, I just read something where it said subtitle said no catch. They're going to challenge it because they just called a no catch, so we got bases loaded.
Yeah, and I think Carroll.
I think he caught it.
I think Carroll was telling his buddy or his teammate that he didn't catch it.
It looks like it.
Because even Carroll's got that look on his face, like I don't know.
It bounces like it.
Ooh.
I mean,
if they're calling it,
landed in his. I mean, unless they want to say that, like it.
But if they're saying they called it no catch on the field, it has to be conclusive to overturn it.
I think it's a no catch because they paused. They just paused. If you're watching, they had a good picture of
Jeremiah was in fact the hot dog.
Of course.
That was his confession to make. We like the new profile picture, by the way.
Boy, they showed a very, very good picture of
it hitting the ground.
I mean, it's very close. It is very, very close.
Again,
to be honest, from me, I thought he caught it, and I thought that Tauchman was tagging up from third, and it looks like. I think you're right, Ron. I don't think there's enough to overturn it. I honestly thought he caught it. And
I think you have to, in that situation, you have to go the call on the field, which in that case, the call on the field was no catch. Also, Brian, I know you'll appreciate this because I know you're still in the comment section. Those Serpientes jerseys are fucking sick. I do like those a lot. They're nice jerseys.
I like the
hat. I kind of want.
I like the name. I think the color scheme goes well with all that with all their stuff. I think it looks good.
I like the beige hat with the black brim. Like I low key would
no catch. No catch. We've got bases loaded, no outs. Nowhere to put Codinger. A great time for him to get his to be his 3rd home run of the season.
Some of that shit.
Actually, it'd just be a great time to see him get a hit, to be honest. I mean, he's batting 188 right now. So yeah. And it looks like
pitcher coming out of the game.
Yeah, it looks like Luis Frias. I probably butchered that name. He's coming out. But yeah, those jerseys are sick. Those jerseys are pretty cool. That's the one thing. That's the one thing with back to your epic.
Serpientes.
Oh man, I wish they'd show just a little bit more before they went to commercial.
Serpientes.
What's his name for the Diamondbacks? He looked pissed off. I don't know if he was saying something.
Lavallo?
I think he was saying it looked like, if I could go back,
I saw that too.
It looked like he said that was a catch, and the fact that I don't know, it just I wish they would have shown like 10 more seconds of that.
Rally dogs, let's go turn the hats upside down.
No. I wish with the Cubs City Connect jerseys, they should have gone baby blue.
Yes.
That would have been an awesome way to bring back the baby blues.
Joey, I can't do it with this hat. It won't let me. So It's already backwards, so we're going to keep it backwards.
Speaking of City Connect unis, what did you think about the Phillies City Connects the other night?
They're fucking terrible.
Horrendous.
They are
like
so
where did they even get blue from?
Blue and yellow. Like why?
That's awful.
They're not
Like
good.
I could see, to be honest, I could see a little yellow with the Phillies. I can see that because I picture I remember, I believe it was Ron Howard or Jimmy Rollins. One or the other had like a yellow wristband for the longest time because I just picture that yellow with the red in their uniform.
I think it was Ryan Howard.
And I can picture a little bit of yellow, but blue for the Phillies. What? That was just dumb.
Not a fan.
Okay, based
on their
Good
city
point.
flag, but
Still,
see,
though,
but
why?
I think that's part of the problem though. Is like, so this is how the City Connect jerseys are too all over the place.
They are.
I think that's the biggest issue. I think if you're going to be all over the place, they cannot resemble the city's flag because that's too simple and too easy. If that was the case, they should have done that for all the teams. Could you imagine how cool the Cubs? But see, then you have the Cubs and the White Sox, and they both have the same color jerseys. So, look at what the Cubs and the Sox did. They embraced the neighborhood of Chicago. In Cubs' case, they embraced the whole city. In the White Sox case, they only embraced the South Side because that's how it works. Because the South Side peasants stay on the South Side in their little stadium that they're going to move out of in 2 years. But I digress. I think there's some cities that did it right. Like, I think the Boston Red Sox ones are cool. I know people are like, why is it yellow and baby blue? It's a nod to the Boston Marathon.
It's marathon, yeah.
Cool. And especially given the history of that event in recent years after the tragedy that occurred, I think that's cool.
That's cool.
I love the Serpientes jerseys for Arizona. I think they nailed those. I think those are phenomenal. I think there's a lot of teams that nailed the City Connect jerseys. I like the Mariners ones with the trident, the old school colored scheme.
I even like the black and blue. I like the black pants.
Yeah.
And the blue. Freaking.
I think it's sharp because it's different. I think there's some teams that got him, like, they're solid. And then there's some teams that I fully believe they tried too hard with. And I think we're starting to see that now.
There was another the Nationals with the flowers.
Yes.
And that looked like a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, I get why they did it though. They did it for like the cherry blossom trees outside the Capitol. So I get why they did it. I thought it was a cool concept. I think it could have been better executed as a jersey. But look at what Brian said, and I agree with him. He's like, not going to lie, I bought a Cubs City Connect hat because he loves that the neighborhoods are listed on the other side of the bill. Yeah, it's cool. They embrace the 77 neighborhoods. I think the baby blue injection of color into the City Connects was a nice touch for the Cubbies. Like, I think those are good looking. This is going to score a run for Mr. Morrell.
Yep. Christopher Morrell, sacrifice fly, talking scores. We've got an 8-6 game. Thank God they're at least going to get one out of this. Bellinger earlier hit a little rinky-dink popper to
Jeremiah said he likes the Reds all blacks.
Okay, I'll be honest. They don't look bad, but I will never say that to a Reds fan's face. Sorry.
Scott from Iowa. Great point, Scott, even though Iowa doesn't have good pizza. And Scott says, Joey, I will fight someone for some Casey's pizza. Dude, honestly, low-key, Casey's pizza is solid. Do you know what Casey's pizza is?
Yeah, Casey's Pizza is like we've got one in our town. We've got Casey's. You talking about Casey's?
Okay.
Like they're all Yeah,
the gas station.
Yeah,
convenience store. Yeah, okay. I didn't know how far south Casey's went.
No, we got a Casey's.
That's like as soon as you get out of the Chicagoland area.
Yep, it's
that
all
is a
there.
highway staple.
Yep,
it's a Casey's. Like anywhere along I-80, I drive the I-80 route like every other weekend, calling the games out in the Quad Cities with the IFL.
Yep.
And like those are fantastic. Big fans. Brian says, no way, Tyler. He loves the
Let's go, Garrett Cooper, Mark Trumbo, Garrett Trumbo, whatever you want to call him. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Down 0-2. I don't know, bro. I just was not a fan of him. I really wasn't, man. Really wasn't. Someone said something about the Mets. Was the Mets City Connects? Were those like the all black ones that almost look like they're black alternate jerseys, or was that something completely different?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on the Mets jersey, so that's something new. I haven't seen that one.
I have no
The Padres.
idea.
I will say the Padres one was pretty cool.
I like the Padres. See, but like
Now
that's being
I
creative.
couldn't wear one though. I would look horrible. I'm just too light toned to just. I would not look good in a Padres City Connect uni. I just
See, I would rock the shit out of one of those.
I know
Padres.
you would.
But I like bright, obnoxious colors. Like that's kind of my jam. Darren says we've got Casey's everywhere here in Northwest Illinois. See, but you got to remember, I live in the city of Chicago now. I grew up in Orland Park and Oak Lawn. Like there ain't no Casey's out there. The nearest Casey's is like Kankakee. Like it's a decent drive to get there. I agree here with Jeremiah too. The Miami City Connectors are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The Reds, I like those. Those are sharp.
Those are pretty cool. And I'm not even like I don't think I have anything red in my wardrobe, but those are pretty cool.
I have so much red in my wardrobe. It's unbelievable.
Oh, come on, Michael.
Joey said, dude, I forgot how Mark Trumbo swung until you said that. Tyler
I'm telling you,
dude, like him.
He looks and swings just like him.
It's so funny.
Fun fact, I think he was somebody, he retired fairly
he had a couple of really nice seasons.
He had a lot of really nice seasons. He had a couple like high 30s, close to 40 home run seasons. He reminded me a little bit of a right-handed version of one of my favorite players. He's up here on this wall. This is the only White Sox memorabilia that I will ever own. The second greatest White Sox player to ever play the game, just behind one of my other favorite players, Jim Thome. But that right there, Mark Trumbo reminded me a little bit of a right-handed version of the big donkey, Adam Dunn. And yes, I said it, Tony, and all you other White Sox fans out there, Adam Dunn was the second greatest White Sox player to ever play behind Jim Thome. And for all you Reds fans, the number one Reds player in all of the Reds history. The number one, no, I'll say Diamondbacks' number one player was Randy Johnson. Just behind him, that's right, Adam Dunn. Number one national. Well, you're
gonna have people coming at you.
Oh, you know what? It's gonna be like when the whole town of San Francisco went after me for like telling Logan Webb
for Logan Webb,
and I'm just like, yeah, bring the Frank Thomas Colt, Brian. I said it. There's Randy Johnson, and then there's Adam Dunn. I think what did he play like 1 year for him?
Look at Bush working a fucking walk after a 1-2
awesome,
count.
By the way, yeah.
Minnie Minoso would slap you. Frank Thomas would hurt you.
Oh yeah, they all would. I know. Frank Thomas would kill me. he would be like that dude on. I don't even know if it was a real.
Especially on the Nugenics fucking additional hormones that he's taking on the commercials.
He would kill me. He would. Because like so, I was looking for a. I'm not a big jersey wearer, but like I would love an Adam Dunn jersey, but I'm not going. Oh, come on, Ian, come on, Grand Slam, let's go
from the right side.
999. Anything can happen.
Let's go.
Can happen. Let's freaking go. And I'm so. Babe, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry.
Katie hates me right now because I know she can hear me through the freaking wall right now. Happer Granny, big sad. Scott would have loved the video catching him with the right hand. Yes, sir. Yeah, boy. What a time for his first of the year. Yeah, that's his first homer of the year, dude. That's crazy.
Do you believe in 999, folks?
I do believe in 999.
Magical things happen in 999. And fun fact, that's Ian Happ's first home run of the season. Did anybody pick him in the Dinger picks?
That's a wonderful question. I can answer that here in 2 seconds.
From what
No.
originally? Yeah, I'm getting my words mixed up.
Nobody tonight took Happer.
Oh man,
There was a lot of off the wall picks tonight.
Yeah, I had Michael Bush. I said
You had
screw it.
Bush,
We're
but,
going
like,
for 6 in a row.
So like you had Bush and Juice had Morel, but then like me, Nick, and Joey all went off the wall. Joey, who did you take again? Oh, Amaya. Nick took Nico, and I took Canario. So I don't know. You know what's crazy too, Tyler?
Yeah.
If you would have told me that Hap would have hit his first home run of the season from the right side and not the left side, I wouldn't have believed
That's true. There was a point where, like, was there? I mean, like, I say this now. You know, I mean, I guess you can't say it now because he just hit a grand slam. Like, was there ever a point where, like, the conversation you think would ever come up as far as, like, is it time for Ian Happ to, like, pick a side and just go?
No,
I think because earlier in his career, I would have said that up until, was it 2022? Was it last year or the year before we made the All-Star team?
2022.
Before 2022, maybe around 21, 20-ish, something like that, or maybe even just before that. I think you could make the case, you could have made that argument, hey, maybe it's time for him to consider one side of the plate. But here lately, he's been one of the more consistent switch hitters in the league. I mean, obviously there's Jose Ramirez. You got Adley Rutschman. Ketel Marte has been pretty solid, I'd say. But he's been one of the top – you could argue and say
he's
the top 5, one of the top 5 like consistent switch hitters in the league.
Hey, Tyler, I want to tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
We have an update on the number.
What number?
We're at 8 beers deep and 9 hot dogs deep.
Oh, we've got this. You're golden. You're golden.
We are.
We've got this in the bag.
Hashtag cracking them. The
You've
final
got it in the
beer.
bag.
The final beer is being poured. We're going to do it, folks. In almost record-beating fashion. This one's a little bubbly. We're going to let that one fizz out a little bit.
Wow, what an inning, though! What looked like was about to be an 8-2. It looked like they were going to get out of this inning. It was going to be 8-6.
Thank you, Tony. Good call, Scott.
From what looked like was going to be just an 8-6. Yeah, we got one run out of a bases loaded situation. You could put that. You know what? People are going to talk about the Ian Happ home run. People are going to forget, and they shouldn't forget, about the Michael Bush down 0-2, draws a walk. Next thing you know, wham, bam, thank your ma'am. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, Ian Happ, grand slam. Period.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Things you love to fucking see, and we are off to the bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th.
So, Tyler, as we're breaking this thing out, so for those that are watching along, there really won't be a large post game by any means. I think we'll talk for 5-10 minutes after the end of this game. Obviously, you've gotten a lot of content here tonight. We will be back Wednesday, Thursday, originally scheduled programming. I'll be at the Friendly Confines on Thursday for that game against the Marlins. Very excited for that.
Ooh.
I'm hoping that's the Tyone start because
I was fixing to ask you. I'm assuming that's going to be his start.
I think that's Tyone's. Yeah, I think that's when it's going to happen. Because I don't think he's with the team, so I would expect they just say, "Hey, when we get back to town, the ball's yours."
Just come.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm excited. And then Friday, it's a day game, so we there might be a little early afternoon Cubs post game show. I think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. So yeah, plenty of content, but just letting everybody know. So
we're about to have a ton of content within like these next 2 months, Ron. I mean,
it's true because you're coming up to Chicago.
Less than a month. I will be at one of the Padres games on May 7th.
I'll be there.
I will be at a Braves game on May 21st.
I'll be there.
Sitting right there in the bleachers with you guys. And then in June, I cannot freaking wait. The middle of June.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's Saturday. We've talked about it, off the air. I even talked to it about guys at work. Oh wow. as Palencia throws one high and inside on.
JMO is in the dugout, so I am a douche, and he did travel with the team. Thank you, Jeremiah, for correcting me.
I couldn't tell. Yeah, I couldn't have told you that.
Tristan,
But yeah, the middle of June. Can't wait.
Murano. No one cares. Tell that to the 385 people that checked in here tonight. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Hey, he probably disagreed with my Adam Dunn take. I bet that's what it was.
I don't know. He's a Yankees fan, so
yeah. Dang. Anyways, yeah, middle of June. There's a real strong possibility. So the Savannah Bananas come to Nashville on the day before I leave for Chicago. So really thinking about seeing the Savannah Bananas and then catching that last game of the Cardinals series and then 2 games with San Francisco. I know you're going to be at one of them. So yeah, I plan on being at a lot of games the next 2 months. It's going to be, and then I know September. Who knows? I mean, here's the awesome thing: Southwest Airlines. Just every now and then, not necessarily like in the middle of summer, but like in the spring and in the fall, they throw that little $39 deal. You do that, and then you get your room like, close to the airport. I booked this Padres trip. I booked a room. I got a baseball ticket, and I got a plane ticket. All together, less than $200.
That's a hell of a deal.
It's a hell of a deal. Or like, scratch that. I'm sorry. Maybe right at $200. Right at $200. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Juice says, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then Tristan here says, "Imagine liking the Cubs. Imagine liking a team that hasn't won anything since I was in middle school."
I imagine it every day, Tristan.
It's true. I do too. I enjoy imagining it. It's kind of fun. Alta Morano. It's a hell of a last name, though.
Yeah, Tristan, who's your team, man? Is it the Yankees?
It looks like the Yankees. Is he from New York? Hold on, but is he from New York? Like, I legitimately want to know this. I want to know. Tristan, tell us in the comments here, man. Are you from New York? Are you a true New Yorker and you like the Bronx Bombers? Or like, do you live in Dallas, Texas, and you like the Cowboys, the Lakers, and the Yankees?
Please don't say you're one of those 20.
Because I hope you're from New York, because then that's hella respectable. I would be a Yankees fan too.
It's respectable, but I hope he's not. I hope he's not one of those, like, anytime you have an argument about the Yankees, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is 27 rings, man.
And most of them were before any of us were born.
Yeah, true. 2009.
Dude, yeah, that was the last one. You know what's crazy about the Yankees is like they've had good teams. Like
they really have.
That truly is a team that like you play in the best division of baseball.
Oh yeah.
The AL East is loaded every single year and has been for what, a decade and a half now?
I think so.
The Rays are a pain in the ass. The Red Sox might have a down year here or there, but
even the Red Sox finished last. Okay, I wish there was a quick way I could look at this, but like the Red Sox finished last year, and they would have like finished as like a wild card contender in the National League last year. I don't know if they would have exactly made the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure.
They were right there. Yeah.
It would have been really close.
Who do you like then, Tristan? I guess that's the real question. He says, I like the Yankees, but they're not your favorite. So who is your favorite team? I'm just curious. Because not even trying to be funny, like his profile picture thingy here is literally a Yankees player. So like that was where the assumption came from. I'm just curious. Hey, we're having fun. We're making conversation.
Yeah.
Here.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks to everybody that's joined tonight, by the way. This has been wildly successful.
Meatloaf. You're right, Joey. Hey, back to Joey's comment. Yeah, I really, I'll be honest, man. Oh crap! They're going to turn this into a game. Alexander just rips an RBI. It looks like it's going to be an RBI double.
Shit.
Yeah, Blaze Alexander rips an RBI double, making it 11-9, no outs. Palencia is still in the ball game with no outs. I don't think he's going to last very long.
No, as soon as he touches his 3 batters, he's done.
Brian called it. He said, "Yep, he's out." It looks like Mark Leiter Jr. is coming in.
Tristan says the Dodgers probably. Interesting. Okay.
That's a guy. So Palencia is a guy that I feel like if Ben Brown was to go to the bullpen, Palencia, the guy. Palencia is
Tony, turn the fucking game off. Sorry.
Palencia is the guy that Ben Brown is going to replace in that bullpen because, man, like it's crazy because we've seen this before. Like Palencia, like you see him throw, you see that fastball, you're like, my God, this stuff should play, and then you watch him and he just gets smoked and smoked and smoked. So like,
yeah, but here's the problem with that, Tyler. And I'll be honest with you, I appreciate a guy that can throw hard, but like until you can command your stuff,
agree.
I don't care how hard you throw.
Good point. Yeah.
Like that's just me personally. Like I know people get enamored by the high fastball numbers, but if you can't throw shit for strikes, I don't care.
Hey, and I love you bring that up because that is that is one of the biggest conversations right now in baseball relating to pitchers, injuries, everybody having Tommy John, and a lot of that argument is because you've got so many young players, you've got so many college guys, high school guys, little league. Like I want to say James Andrews. I can't remember which podcast I was listening to. James Andrews stated if you don't know him, he's the guy in, I believe, Georgia. He's basically the guy that like helped invent the Tommy John surgery. He's done so many Tommy Johns on people, and he had talked about how just these past couple of years he has seen more players from the youth level have Tommy John surgery. Anyways, and it goes back to
yes, Tristan. By the way,
everybody focusing on throwing hard. Like that's one of the big conversation points right now as far as like with all these guys going down. So like this whole Daniel Palencia, he could be a project of he's just a project of that whole thing that's kind of basically been the story of baseball this season with injuries and stuff like that. So I agree. It's from a fan's perspective, like me just saying a while ago, man, his fastball plays and yada, yada, yada. Everybody likes seeing that 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. You like seeing that. You love seeing that. But it's like you said, man, you can't control it. You can't command it. You can't put it where you need to put it. Bad things happen. And it's just, you know what the sad thing is? I think the sad thing is, and even Tyler Glasnow said it in an interview earlier, as far as like, he asked, because he talked about it, he said, that's what I grew up doing. Like, that was what I was told. Throw hard, get to big leagues. And you tell any of them, and they asked him, like, if you could go back and change it, would you? And he's like, no, I wouldn't change a thing, because that's what got me to the big leagues. Like, and because the thing is, it sucks. Your arm goes down, Tommy John. Okay, that's fine. We'll get somebody else up here that, it's crazy because, like, even just when me and you played, like when you were in school, like you would hear like,
I never played baseball. Fun fact.
Do you remember Joel Zamaya?
Yeah.
Joel Zamaya for the Tigers was Aroldis Chapman before Aroldis Chapman. Like Joel Zamaya was that guy. You didn't hear too many people there was a handful of guys that threw 101, 102. Now you've got every team has at least one player that throws 101, 102. And it's just like this stable of arms, this stable of horses that like, that's all right. If you go down, we've got another guy that can throw 98, 99, 100. It's like, it's just crazy. So
yeah, my thing with the whole, like, you still get, yes, you have to be able to throw hard to make it to the big leagues. Like, you're not getting to the big leagues throwing 76, but like, I think guys have shown in the big leagues that you can be effective throwing 92 to 94.
Yeah.
But as long as your shit plays. Look at friend of the program, Justin Steele. Look at Shota Imanaga. Because all their shit moves. Like, to me,
moves, deceptive.
The difference between a high school ball player to a college ball player to a pro ball player is velocity. But what makes a great pro ball player, in my opinion, is tunneling and movement.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Because at the end of the day, you can throw 100, but guess what? If somebody catches up to it, because of the way physics works, that 100-mile-per-hour fastball is going 430 the other direction if somebody gets a piece of it.
Oh,
It's-
I played
you're
with guys.
throwing-
I played with guys that throw the piss out of it. You'd watch. You'd see little glimpses of like, my God, like I'd never seen anything like this. You'll see little glimpses of it, and then the rest of the time it's like walk, 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 because they could
you
never
can't handle it.
could never control. And that's the thing. Your body's not the body. The human arm is not made to take that kind of tension, to take that kind of torque, whatever you want to call it. Like so many, I mean, at all. But like you do it X amount of times a week. You times that by the number of weeks you play, and there you go. Like it's not made to happen. It's not made to work like that. It's just.
And look at what Scott says here. He says he had a pitcher on his 13U Little League team tear something in his elbow last night.
It's crazy.
Like it really
It's sad.
It is sad, and I think that's something that needs to get fixed with baseball. Because I'll tell you,
And I know that's not just the main reason why, especially this. It seems like this year that's been one of the bigger stories as far as like
100%.
pitcher. And I get it. That's not just the one reason why all these injuries are happening. Like I know people have talked about the pitch clock. People have talked about not having any type of substance for for their grip and everything like that. I know it's everything. It's all that in one. It's
a lot of
just
things.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just the whole fastball. Let's throw as hard
But
as we can.
and that's the thing. Like, look at the guys in the league that have been able to be successful not throwing 99. They exist. There's a lot of them. Most starters don't touch high 90s because you just can't. You can't do that for an entire game and keep your arm intact. It's not possible. I think there's a way as pitchers that, again, if you can get, if you can, and like Scott says, like it's throwing curveballs at age 10.
That's, to be honest, I agree. That's part of it too. Like I remember as a kid, you're like, oh, wait till you're a certain age, throw your curveball, blah, blah. And like, I feel like part of it is throwing your curveball, but at the same time, I think it's also not being your body, and even you yourself, not you, Ron, but like that player, the kid, not being mature enough to throw that curveball. Like they're thinking fastball, fast. Let me throw it as hard as I can. And so they sit there and throw that curveball as hard as they freaking can as a freaking 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old.
Yeah, and it fucks up your elbow.
Next thing you know, 15 years old, they're in a high school JV varsity game, and bam, coach, I got to go out. My arm's hurt. And there you go.
Yeah. And that's what, too, like, and maybe this is a little bit of naivety on my end, but I think there are plenty of other pitches you can throw that aren't the curveball that don't fuck your arm up that bad.
Oh, I agree. And
I think, you know what? And I honestly think
Greg Maddux said it best. Fastball, curveball is the best combo in baseball.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fastball, changeup. Sorry. Fastball, changeup.
Yeah, because you change speeds and it looks the same.
And when
it's all about deception. It's not about yes, is it nice when you can blow guys away? Absolutely. Cubs got out of the jam, by the way.
It's sexy. Everybody loves it. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot that. Thank God they only got.
But I think the biggest thing right now, I think that's a huge reason, Tyler. Tying this back into the Cubs here, and I agree with Joey. I think every kid should learn a changeup. It's not a pitch that's going to hurt your arm. It's like throwing a fastball. You just change your grip. I think that's why the Cubs pitching infrastructure has encouraged a lot of these guys to develop a splitter, because you throw it like it's a fastball or a changeup. It doesn't hurt your arm.
Yeah. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and I was just going to, it's that deception that is, because again, we're talking about tunneling pitches. If you're throwing a fastball, a circle change, and a splitter, they're all coming out of the same spot.
Yeah.
And then 30 feet from the plate, one's going this way, one's dipping off this way, and one's just coming in straight.
Yeah. And to be honest, and Darren makes a good point too, because I used to say this. I used to hate always hearing as a college player or even after post baseball, and you'd hear people talk and they're like, "Oh, he threw that curveball way too soon." And Darren, I agree. Like a properly thrown curveball. Not to say that I'm the best expert in the world because I'm not, but yeah, a properly thrown curveball. Yeah, it's not as damaging to your arm, but that's the problem, like you say, Darren. It's just the one,
coaches don't know how
not knowing how to throw one, and two, just as a young player, as a young kid, just still being immature as far as just physically, mentally, and I think that you take that and combine that together, and that's what mistakes happen. You throw it, you don't throw it correctly and everything like that. Next thing you know, bam, Tommy John, but or whatever.
Well, in continued great comments here from the
it's crazy. This is a good conversation.
This is good conversation. Scott from Iowa was saying to Darren's point, travel ball is now played from March to August.
Yeah,
and the USSA doesn't count pitches; they count innings pitched. And Jeremiah says it's mainly coaching. Juice says studies show over in Japan too that the splitter is a pitch they use heavily. Notice there aren't a lot of surgeries by international pitchers. Yeah, a lot of international guys don't throw curveballs. And, and again, and it's not to say that, again, like Darren said, right, a properly thrown curveball is okay, but it's understanding how to throw. I think in baseball, a pitch sequencing and how you throw your pitches is just as important as the velo you're throwing your pitches at. It's not more important. And like Tony says, travel teams are overworking kids' arms is the issue. They didn't play year-round travel from 7 to 18, 25 years ago. 100% true, right? You played, what? April to probably August as kids for our childhoods.
Sometimes it may go a little bit farther into like fall ball, but like once you got the fall ball, at least like in where I live in Kentucky, I'm sure the same way in Illinois. Like as far as like the more southern states, like even further south than me, they probably play a little bit longer because of the weather. But like
just because of the weather, right?
You played a little,
but you also played more probably spaced out too. You're not playing every day.
No, that's the thing about fall ball. Fall ball, where I live, like you would play maybe once a week.
Yeah, maybe twice a week.
Nico, fourth hit of the game. Fourth hit, just got a triple. Possibly he's triple. Let's freaking go. Nico's back. Nico is back. This is what Nico needed. This is exactly what
this series is what Nico needed.
Nico is your everyday leadoff hitter. Not right now, but this is just what he needed to get his swagger back, to say, hey, you're that guy that we know you can be.
I think I got my swagger back.
He was it looked like he was maybe not even a foot from, maybe not even
he didn't miss a home run by much.
Man, that was pretty cool. The whole, whatever that was pretty sick.
It was good. But no, and like Darren says here, he's like, I taught youth pitching for years. Joey follows it up. He says, like you said, Tyler, kids aren't developed and not able to do exactly what they're being coached. Even they could be taught right, but sometimes still throw it wrong because they are learning. 100% true.
And on that same note too, like I hate how it is bad coaching in some points. At the same time, like you can't always say, like, I can't just point my finger at a coach and say it's your fault. This is your fault, because sometimes coaches are sometimes there's coaches out there now that are pressured into coaching that don't even want to coach. They're just stuck having to coach. And so they're put in a position where, hey, look, I got put in this spot. I'm sorry, but and may just not know. They just legitimately just don't know, like, what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean, and so I guess that's just also as a parent. I'm not a parent, but as a parent, I guess you just gotta, you yourself, I guess, have to take responsibility. I'm not trying to sit here and tell parents how to parent, because I'm not, obviously not a parent, but like, that's where you yourself, you just got to take responsibility and, put a little bit of it in your hands too, and just be like, hey, I guess help out, figure something out. I mean, I don't know. It's just a really tough time right now, just seeing, especially young players, all these young players just get hurt way too early.
Yeah, 100%. As Brian continued to say here, he was done by the middle of July when he was a kid. Nick almost got his dinger pick with Nico. Jeremiah loves Nico. Tony says same, Brian. Now they have them in year-round throwing programs, 100%. Jeremiah also notes Cubs have hit for the cycle today. Darren said circle change is hard for many youngsters because their hands are too small, but moving their fingers on the seams and teaching them to lighten tension on point or middle finger. So many ways.
Darren, I was a circle change guy because, well, to be honest, I didn't throw very hard. So I was like, I had a slow fastball, and here's my slow changeup. Here's my slower changeup.
When I would screw around in the backyard and screw around with friends, I threw a slider, I threw a fastball, and I threw a sinker.
Yeah.
That's what I threw. Those were my 3 pitches. And then when I play an actual, like, when I make myself an MLB The Show as like a road to the glory type character, I always have some type of breaking pitch, usually a sinker or a splitter type pitch.
Yeah.
I always have some kind of changeup. I usually do a circle change. I like the circle change.
Yeah.
And then it's a fastball and it's a slider. I don't throw curveballs. Like even as I don't like throwing curveballs unless it's a 12-6, unless it's a hard 12-6. Like that's it.
If I could go back as far as like actual playing, the one pitch that I really wish I would have focused on a lot and tried to really perfect is a cutter. I see that more now. Like you see all these guys that throw hard. Most of them also have a cut fastball. Emmanuel Clase, Camilo Duvall, Corbin Burns, just to name a few. Like, and you know, the cutter was one of those things where like even this like Greg Maddux had a little bit of a cutter. Kyle Hendricks for part of his career had a little bit of a cutter. You know, so that's just one pitch I see now. I'm like, man, I wish that's something that like.
Well, and look at, Mariano Rivera made a career.
Rivera made a career out of a cutter. I think Rivera, I think he basically put the cutter on the map, and now you see it more and more.
Him and Roy Halladay were RIP. Were the two. Juice said he threw the cutter more than anything. Rob German back to the Cubs game says Cody needs to pull it out of the ditch. And then the knuckleball.
Hey,
incredible conversation again in the comments. By the way, I know we haven't been able to get to everything tonight, but you guys have been absolutely fucking awesome. A bunch of rock stars here joining us for this whole thing tonight. Brian's got to run. He says he's got to go. Good luck,
Brian.
Go and the broadcast. Go D-backs. Go Cubbies.
Thank you, sir. Miss you, man. Hope everything's good.
Agreed.
We're gonna have to do another one of these. We're gonna have to do another one.
Yeah,
another one of these again.
We'll have to do another one. Maybe we'll do this like once every other week or something the rest of the season. We'll coordinate a Cubs on Tap watch along. There won't be a post game show that night. It'll just be a watch along instead. There'll be a little bit of a post game. We'll stay on for like an extra 5-10 minutes and talk through everything that happened. A couple of quick high key points that we haven't necessarily maybe talked through throughout the game. And go from there. But this has been fun. This has been wildly successful. Tyler, I think now that we're at a commercial break in the Cubs game, we're approaching 3 hours of this stream here. We're at 2:52.
You're at a commercial break right now?
I am. Are you? Oh, I'm back. Sorry. I just came back.
I'm at a 1-1 count on Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, no, my bad.
I'm good, man. Go ahead, man. What's up?
I'm a little behind. There we go. Now I'm caught up. I'm a 1-1 count. See, I was a little behind. Sorry. Mine was not fully caught up. Yeah. This is all the beer that I've got left.
That's it right there.
That's it right there.
I've got some in here, so you know what? I'm going to finish it off with you.
All right. Salud.
Mine's not quite 9, but ladies and gentlemen, what many thought couldn't happen, what many thought was just a pipe dream. The same way when people thought that, again, Frodo Baggins couldn't take the ring to Mordor and destroy it. When people thought that, when the British thought that, no, America, you can't beat us in a war. We proved them wrong. When guys like Cody Rhodes, when Cody Rhodes faced off against the Bloodline and nobody thought that, no, Cody, you can't beat us. He proved them wrong. Ronald Luce, ladies and gentlemen, in the 8th inning of this slugfest of a baseball game, Ron Luce has taken this 999 challenge and said, "Take that, world. Take that, folks. I'm back." And
I'm fucking back.
my dinger picks are back. So we've just witnessed history. We've witnessed greatness. There's been let's see here real quick. There's been 28 players to join the 500 home run club. There's only been 19 pitchers to join the 3,000 strikeout club. There's only been 8 pitchers to join the 400 saves club. Ron, how many people do you think have joined the 999 club?
I don't know, a decent amount, but probably not as many as some of those other numbers.
It's unknown. That's how rare it is. That is the very legendary status of it. It is unknown.
I'll tell you what. Here's all the left in the
congratulations, Ron. Congratulations.
Thank you. We did it. It was something. It was something. We did it.
I mean,
run it back. Rip juice for sure.
What would just be the cherry on top would be the who was your dinger pick?
Canario. If he goes fucking yard.
If Canario
he's out of the game already though. Talkman took his spot.
Crap. Never mind.
Yeah. So no dinger pick tonight, but I'll tell you what. We've established some good juice. We got an early game tomorrow, Tyler. A lot of people forget. A lot of people forget.
2:40 start? 2:40?
It's a 2:40 Central Daylight Time start. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. For those that are curious, this is going to go out as a podcast. There will be a bunch of YouTube clips cut from this thing as well because there's been some hysterically stupid moments here tonight. But yeah, we'll have a more traditional post-game show tomorrow. I don't know who the fuck's going to be on the show. I can't do tomorrow personally. So we will figure that out collectively amongst the Cubs on Tap group. So we'll see. But yeah, more of the huge. Shit, I don't know. Darren says he would take Nico for tomorrow. He says he's doing his game.
I mean, it's not a bad take. He was literally like a foot away from a home run tonight.
I know, but they're not playing a lefty tomorrow, are they?
Tomorrow would be it's Jordan Wicks versus. Let's just see.
It's Brandon Pfaadt. Juice says he'll roll tomorrow. He's doing the 9 Corona 9 taco challenge. Ooh, I would fuck up 9 tacos. I would actually much rather eat 9 tacos than eat 9 hot dogs again. I'll tell you that right now.
I think, yeah, as I say, 9 tacos.
That's much more doable. Nico 4 tonight. Yeah, he's had a hell of a night. Well, the mysterious random accounts have a segment. Jeremiah, only if you can confirm they were you, but they were absolutely hysterical if that's the case. They could. It's going to be a lot of so for those that don't know, there have been internal changes, not for any bad reasons or anything, but there was a new team handling the video stuff here at On Tap. For what it's worth, I am now the clip cutter for Cubs On Tap. So if you're asking if every single one of the random accounts is going to have some love, they could, but that will not be out tomorrow. Let's just put it that way. That will take. They will take some days, but we could do that. There could be a quick recap. The Gerald R. Ford, I think, is the one that made me laugh the hardest. Truly. That was a good one.
Well, as you say that, Ron, Yency Almonte has found himself in a jam.
I know.
No outs, runners on first and second with our favorite player, Christian Walker.
Fucking brutal.
Christian Walker always seems to find himself.
Yeah, where is Christian Walker's burner account? We haven't seen him in a while.
Did he come? Has he always been on the Diamondbacks, or did he come from somewhere else? Was he a twin, Christian Walker?
No, he was a Cardinal, wasn't he? Didn't he come over in the Paul Walker trade? Or the Paul Walker trade? Jesus Christ, the Paul Goldschmidt trade.
R.I.P.
I've had too many hot dogs and too many beers.
No, he came from Baltimore. Baltimore, it looks like in 20, well, played
How-
2014, 2015, did not play in 2016. Let's look at transactions.
How did he get there? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see here.
Looks like,
More
well, he was
transaction.
drafted by the Orioles, selected off waivers by the Atlanta Braves from the Orioles, selected off waivers by the Reds from the Braves, selected by waivers from the by the Diamondbacks from the Reds. So I guess he came to the Reds, but
What a waiver pickup though. Holy shit.
yeah.
Christian Walker has become a hell of a baseball player.
Boy, that'd be a cool stat to see. The top 10 waiver pickups ever.
Of all time, that
Of
would
all
be an
time.
electric.
Put those next to the list of the top 10 players to be named later.
You ran. Yeah. Yeah, right. The top 10, players to be named
Which
later.
I know one right off the top of my head. Robbie Cano.
Oh.
He was the player to be named later in the Alex Rodriguez Alfonso Soriano trade that sent A-Rod to New York.
No shit.
And Soriano to the Rangers.
Yep.
And Robbie Cano was the player to be named later that went back to the Yankees.
The Yankees, yeah.
And if you haven't watched it, there's a pretty cool it's like a quick 15-minute video. It's an E60 short on the A-Rod trade. Because fun fact, Alex Rodriguez was almost traded to the Red Sox for Manny Ramirez.
Wow.
Like the papers were written out.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to watch that now because I'm
cool.
such a nerd for like
I am too. I love watching that kind of stuff.
transactions. Yeah. Like so over at the Four Feathers podcast, Tony can attest to this. I know he's in the comments still.
And we've got bases loaded, no outs.
Jesus fuck.
Christian Walker walks.
I have earned the title of GM Ron.
Yeah.
Because I live for like the stupid transaction bullshit. Like that's my jam. That's what I do. So I'm into that stuff. So I'm gonna take a look at that.
You've got to watch it. It's awesome.
Is this Tommy coming out or Craig? I can't tell.
Tony, that's a rough pitch clock violation. To be honest, I didn't even catch that. That was a pitch clock violation. Wow.
Here you go. Juice with a really good one. Detroit traded John Schmaltz in the 80s in a waiver deal.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Tommy coming out.
I wish they would do some kind of. I mean, I don't even know how. I mean, it would literally be just like whoever wrote it would be like. It would just be from their imagination, or whoever directed it. It'd be their imagination. But if you're a Marvel fan, there is a Marvel show called What If, and it'd be cool like to see like a MLB What If, like a show as far as like
what if Manny and A-Rod were traded for each other?
What if Jacob deGrom was traded in 2015 to the Cubs for Starlin Castro? Because that was a rumor going around. Like that was one of the biggest rumors going around at the time. And I remember at the time, like Jacob deGrom was like the third guy you wanted from the Mets, because at the time it was Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, and then Jacob deGrom. And you're like, gosh. And I just remember seeing that rumor and just thinking like, man, we're going to give up Starlin Castro for Jacob deGrom? Like the long-haired dude that looks like a hobo? Like, no.
The U.S. government traded $60 billion to the F-22 in the 90s. In case you didn't know.
That's pretty cool. Hats off to you, man.
Come on, get him, Amonte.
Does it have to be Jock Peterson in this situation? Like, Jock Peterson has got to be like, I will say over his career, Jock Peterson has been pretty clutch.
Don't say that.
I know. I hate saying it.
Don't say that. We don't.
I will say it's cool though. Jock Peterson is like what do we got here? What's the count here? 2-2. Jock Peterson is like, it's cool how for his whole career, minus Chicago, he's been like, I'm playing on the West Coast, and that's it. That's final. Dodgers,
the Cubs,
Giants,
and then he was traded to the Braves.
Oh, the Braves! I forgot he was on the Braves World Series team, wasn't he?
Yeah, He was one of the random guys they traded for at the deadline that won a player of the series thing. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, sacrifice fly. We've got a 10-11 game.
My stomach can't handle it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, this is just like, I'm telling you. I mean, I know they still got the lead, but this game has potential to make the list. This game has potential to be number 2 on my list. I think I need to get like a fancy clipboard that like Chris Jericho had when he did that stick. And just the list, and every time it happens, I'm just going, yeah. So we got game 1 of San Diego.
You just made the list.
You just made the list.
Wow, this is a hell of a
I
strat.
agree, Rob. We need a double play.
Are you ready for this clip or this stat?
What's that?
Ian, this is from Tony Andracki of Marquee Sports Network. Ian Happ's blast tonight was the first go-ahead grand slam in the 7th inning or later for the Cubs since, wait for it, in 2021.
Jock Peterson.
Frank Schwindel.
Frank the Tank.
Frankie the Tanky.
Now, I wonder what he's doing right now. Is he still over in Japan?
He might be. As Daniel says here in the comments, this game is ridiculous.
It is. You're right. Yes, he did. He went. What about Suarez's hair, man? It's crazy. Need a double play right here. A double play would be awesome.
Double play.
And Almonte's all over the place right now, dude. He's been inside. He's been outside. Come on.
I agree. He's all over the fucking joint.
But I like Almonte. Like, when he's on, he's on. Like, his stuff's...
Yeah, but when he's on,
he's
on. But he's only on 50% of the fucking time.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, God.
Darren, what if the Cubs had a bullpen?
Okay.
Blarms?
Never mind.
What if? Don't scare me.
I'm telling you, that angle, the way he hit that, the way he looked at it, the way he just...
Nah. Ian's like, I got that, dog.
That looked a lot farther than what it was hit.
That's a big out.
That is a huge out.
This game is giving me more stomach pains than just the hot dogs are.
Yeah. Man,
they really like Yency.
Of course, it's Blaze. Blaze is on. He's 2 for 4, but the 2 hits he has gotten have been very clutch hits in the moment.
They've been very impactful.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a good way to say it. I keep forgetting Dansby was Arizona's number 1 pick, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, and then he was traded. He was traded to
Shelby Miller.
Shelby Miller. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's how he ended up in Atlanta.
Former Vandy boy.
Good old Vandy.
I've got to catch a Vandy game. Like, I didn't realize just how
Vanderbilt are the Commodores.
Yeah, Vanderbilt Commodores.
Okay.
And they are, I would say if you had to pick one, I'd say they're a baseball school. Even though I don't know what their rank is.
They're not a football school. They're football.
They're not a football school. They're not a basketball school. The only thing about their basketball team is, the only thing like people think about when it comes to their basketball team is their court. It's like
let's go.
It's elevated.
It's
weird? It's one of those ones where like you got to step up on it. And I'm pretty sure the benches are underneath the basketball goals. I think that's Vandy. Pretty sure it's Vandy.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. What about David Snyder here in the comments? What about Keegan last night? He said maybe Keegan could be good. Yeah, maybe Keegan could be good. What about Keegan last night?
Since Keegan's been called up, Keegan's been balling. And that makes me happy. I hope they can. Here's the thing. I think the key to this Cubs team's success, they're going to need some of these guys to come from Iowa and contribute, especially in the pen. And if Keegan can come up and do the shit that he's done and kind of like almost reinvent himself in a way to come back and be as dominant as he was in 21 and 22, that's huge for
I think most of these teams, especially these teams that are, going to be playoff contenders and stuff like that, like as far as the bullpen goes, for the most part, is going to have to come from within. Like, I think that You may see a couple of guys as far as like shut down relief pitchers, shut down closers. You may see a couple of those guys get traded. Say a Mason Miller of the A's, maybe an Emmanuel. I don't even see Emmanuel Clase getting traded just because, as much as I know you, Ron, would love to see, and I would too, would love to see Clase be traded. I don't see the Guardians doing that unless some kind of ridiculous move just because of the money they're paying them. The little amount of money that they're paying them for the time
they need to be out of it and be blown away by a trade.
Have to be. But with that being said, like, yeah, I don't think you're going to see many. You may see a couple moves here and there as far as small bullpen moves, but as far as like these big time key role playing difference maker bullpen arms getting traded, I don't think you're going to see a lot of that, like especially this year. So I think, like you said, a lot of it's going to have to come from within, come from some of these younger guys. Maybe it's in the minor league system and just come up and hopefully be successful.
I completely agree. I'm about to totally change the subject on you here for 2 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how people say that Ian Happ has America's ass?
Yeah.
I think Christopher Morel is the second in command's ass to Ian Happ's America's ass. That dude's got a fucking donk.
He's got a donker on him.
That dude squats. Like, you can tell that dude squats. Which I'm jealous. I used to squat too, and then I stopped playing sports.
Hey, big ass means ball go far.
And when ball go far, team go far. That's
team go far.
That's an MWI Steveism over from our friends over at Sox and Tabs. Just says Cubs trade for Alonso and Edwin Diaz. No chance.
One can dream. Do you think the Mets trade Edwin Diaz this year? I was wondering that. Like, I don't know, about a week into the Mets season and just seeing how, like, wow, this is just like for whatever it is they're doing, like just rip it apart and call it a rebuild. Like,
stop spending $300 million to lose 85 games.
That's the only problem. It's like Edwin, which I haven't even seen how he's done this year. Like, unless he's like just back to his old self, I feel like it would be hard to get rid of that contract, especially with the bullpen guy. You know, because like look at Hader. I think Hader's given up 8 earned runs so far this season. I'm sure he'll probably eventually figure it out this year, but like so far for the Astros after signing like the largest contract for a relief pitcher, yikes! Hate to see it from a former Brewer.
Hate to see it. There's a reason the Cubbies didn't shell out $19 million a year when everybody's like, they should go get Hader. I'm like, no, they shouldn't.
That's the thing, though.
Paying relievers is not a good idea. It doesn't work out.
I agree. Bush strikes out. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. Ron, I have got to take a piss.
Do it, buddy. I'll continue to entertain the comment section here. Jeremiah says his max squat is 410. I used to be able to squat about 420. We used to be able to deadlift over 3 something, bench over 280. I used to be able to hang clean real well. I used to be able to hang clean like 275 pounds because I was weird like that. Once upon a time, Jeremiah, you're a lot younger than I am. Now my body can't do that shit anymore. But yeah, here we go. 9th inning. We, for those that joined late, we have successfully completed the 999 challenge in record fashion. I had this bitch done by the 7th inning. It was fun, but I'll tell you what, I can already feel that I'm going to pay for it tomorrow. Very much going to pay for it tomorrow. It's going to be a little rough, but it was worth it. We're here. This has been fun. Again, big shout out to everybody in the comment section. This has been a great time. Glad you guys have all been able to join and watch along with this hilarious nonsense as we have done this all night. We've had a lot of people come in and out throughout the show. Some people that have been with us the whole way. Let's win this thing. Let's get a Cubs dub to finish this thing off. So Tyler and I can at least talk for 10 quick minutes about how this game went. And then we can go from there and shit'll be good. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm right there with Tyler though. I gotta rip a wicked piss too, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna hold this thing off here as much as humanly possible. How far did it travel, folks? Sorry, Markey came back. Ian Happ's homer, 348 feet. He just snuck that thing out over the little left field, that little shallow fence. Things you love to see. Jeremiah, did we love your concert? Always love good concerts. We love the good music. We just hope YouTube doesn't give us a trademark issue. Here we go again. Can we get Kevin back in there? Yeah, I get it, David. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You get hurt long enough, and it's. I did it. I did it. It's Adbert on to close this bitch out, and just like David said here, he says, "Be good like last time. No walks. Agreed. No walks.
Yeah.
No free base runners, baby. No free base runners. Exhausting is how it went. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about fair. How was your piss, sir? Good, bad, otherwise?
I'm good. I am good now.
You're vibing.
So if you had to put your house on it, if you had to put your apartment on it,
Yep.
is Adbert closing games out in September this year? Or is it too soon to tell?
It's too soon to tell.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people I've heard a lot of people like on Twitter be like, "Oh, I've heard a lot of Luke Little talk as far as Luke Little closer talk." And I don't know. I don't know about
I'll be brutally honest with you. I think the only person that supplants Adbert Alzolay as the closer of this team this season is Emmanuel Clase if he was to get traded for.
Yeah.
That's it. Like there's not another closer in baseball right now that's one, baby. There's not another closer in baseball right now that's coming in that's going to be better than Adbert.
Yeah.
Not that that's available, right? Like all the good teams have these guys, but the Pirates aren't trading David Bednar right now. You know,
hell no. The Pirates are, and even if they were, I just don't see the Pirates trading them to the Cubs. I really don't.
There's no fucking way they would.
And to be honest, going back to like Edwin Diaz, I think it would be silly to trade for a guy like Edwin Diaz, especially for that contract, just because it's just that's the thing about Clase, what makes Clase just so sexy to look at is just A, his stuff, but B, like you noted, Ron, that freaking contract is like a steal. I guess you could say the same thing about Doval for the Giants. But other than that, yeah, I don't see him going after a guy like Edwin Diaz. And like you said, after that, there's really not many other options on the market. There's really not.
Yeah, I agree. And again, it's too soon to tell. You don't know who's going to be available come the deadline. We need teams to figure out who's good and who's not this year.
Yeah.
Before guys become available. I think they add a bullpen arm. I do
too. I agree. I think they do add another bullpen arm for sure. And it looks crap.
Uh-oh.
I think that's a homer.
Uh-oh.
I think that hit the top of the man.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
It had to be Cattell. Yeah. Well. As we're talking about Alzolay being the closer, right?
Apparently, Alzolay wants to not be the closer anymore, is what I've gathered. Because I know he's trying to give love. Joey says, I don't want to talk too soon, but he's really only had one bad outing, technically two. But yeah, this is his third blown save already of the season. We're only 16 fucking games into the year.
I don't even know why they're. I mean, we all could sit here and see it ourselves. Like that was a home run. It hit the top.
It did. It sat on the top of the fence.
You can sit there and see it. Yeah. And what's crazy is there's been other balls hitting this game where I've looked at it and been like, my God, like that when I saw
That's the last one that looked like it was going to go.
I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be a gap. I thought it was going to be like a triple at the worst.
And Juice says it. He says,
okay, I'm glad Juice you say that because
Joey says, spoke too soon, get the 999 reset extras. No, actually it ends in extras. Fun fact. That's by the rule of the 999.
I was going to say, I see Adbert as a Hector Rondon type guy in that spot.
Yes. That's a good comparison.
That's who I see Adbert as.
I just, you know what? This is going to sound really bad. I just don't think Adbert's stuff is electric enough to be a closer. Like, to me as a closer, you need to come into the game and, like, you are that dude.
Yeah.
Like, you need to kind of strike fear into your opponents. And I don't think Adbert does that. I don't remember who it was that said it in one of our shows that one night. It might have been Dave, actually. David Snyder. I think I got to give credit to you, my friend. Because he said, he was like, who in this Cubs bullpen scares people? Nobody. Maybe Neris, but even then, are you really scared of Hector Neris?
No, because I think he'll figure it out. But Neris's issue right now is just throwing strikes.
Right, but that's the whole bullpen right now.
Yeah,
is they're trying to figure things out, and you know what? I am getting nauseous over the fact that this is what the 5th time in the last 2.5 seasons that we've had to do this game of who's where and does what in what role. And yeah, like Joey says, it'd be great if fucking Merriweather, if he's healthy, could be the closer. But like even Merriweather, you know, I think he's probably the most respected arm in that bullpen. Truly,
yeah. And it's not God. One guy you don't want to put on base, Corbin Carroll.
Nope, not the way he runs.
No.
Jeremiah says he'd be scared of Luke Little because he's intimidating. But even at 6'8", if you can't hit the strike zone, I'm not scared of you. It's just true, right? Like if I'm a baseball player, here comes Tommy. Calm down, Edward. Don't let us fucking lose this game in the bottom of the 9th. Tyler, this is either going to be a juice character win or your loss to make the list.
Okay. I was thinking that. Here's the thing: even if they win this game tonight,
is it a character win?
Is it a character win?
No,
I don't think it is either. Because I was wondering the same thing. Like I already had in my head if they won this game, I was going to ask you like in the little post talk. No. Is this a character win? Because I don't think it's a character win.
I don't think so either. And I think a large part of that, like the offense was great. I think this was a good night for the offense. Awesome. They needed a game like this, especially after these like 3 and 2 run games they've had recently. Yeah. But like and again, I'm sorry. I know Juice is sitting here, but like if this Cubs team is serious about winning ball games, you cannot pitch Kyle Hendricks again as a starter.
You really can't. You
can't. He's given up 5 earned in every start.
5 earned in every start.
He's done 7 earned twice.
It's like I get it. Like I get it today. They scored 11 runs, but you can't do that. You can't do that to your offense as far as like in the first 3-4 innings of the game. You look up at the scoreboard and you're down 5-0. And then you look at each other just like I guess we're gonna have to do it again, guys. I guess we're gonna have to do it again. And
can't do that. I would much rather have Ben Brown mowing through 5 innings of a team.
I would too.
And Hendricks out there throwing BP.
I would too. I agree. As Corbin Carroll takes second base. Come on, Adbert.
Oh, these hot dogs are going to come back up if they lose this game.
Man.
This is brutal.
And there's one guy right there that, as far as Miguel Amaya, I get it. If this game, no matter what happens, I know Adbert's going to get a lot of fingers pointed at him.
But yeah, Miggy had that brutal inning.
Amaya had that brutal 5th inning that you take that inning. And I get it. Pitchers weren't throwing strikes, but there was 2 huge, I don't know if they were counted as wild pitches. In my opinion, they looked more like pass balls, in my opinion. Especially the second one. The second one, when you just make a half-ass effort, let me try to one-hand backhand, ole, whatever you want to call it. You can't put this, even if it is, just ends up being a blown save. And maybe he gets out of it right here. You can't just put this on Adbert. I mean, I know it's a lot of other stuff too, but, Kyle Hendricks.
I am not ready for extra innings. Not 2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row? This game, I'll be honest, this game has actually gone a little bit later than last night.
Yeah, this game's gone much
as far as time wise.
Yeah. I was like getting ready to lay down already at this time last night. Not knee deep in this adventure right now.
And Joey says it here. Am I having a rough one, Darren? And then depression says, and Tanner Scott can. You know what? I don't trust Kenley Jansen, Juice. I don't. Tanner Scott, maybe. Kenley Jansen, no. I just I listen to I follow a little bit of Red Sox stuff, and they're basically at the point where they would give away Kenley Jansen. I would, to be honest, and I know this team isn't going to give him up, but I'm just thinking, speaking of Kenley Jansen, I would take Craig Kimbrell over Kenley Jansen right now.
I agree. And I really don't want either one of them right now.
And I don't want either one of them, but if I had to pick, I would take Craig Kimbrell over Kenley Jansen.
Yeah. Well put.
D-backs have 3 steals. Maya has an error and 1 pass ball just on the actual book, but really like 3. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Like that. Those 3 balls, maybe they're not all pass balls, but you've got to make those plays. You've got to get in front of it. You have to.
Yeah. He's been good to start 159 ERA to begin this year. I think they were talking about Jensen as
Jensen and
3 pass balls in my scorebook, Joey. Yes, thank you.
That was almost the game right there. Foul ball. Close.
Oh boy. And then the bat or the ball guy down the field line almost blows his knee out trying to field that ball.
Wait, what if that ball? Oh, whoops. What if that ball would have been fair? That'd been hilarious, and the ball guy just gets in the way.
Would have cried.
Poor kid.
Although he would have been able to go to sleep if that was the case.
Man. Well.
Uh-oh.
My God, ladies and gentlemen. Look who it is. It is Christian Walker. Where you at?
Where's Christian Walker?
Where's Christian Walker when you need him? Oh, there he is. The one guy. I get it. He's just over 2. But 3 walks, a run. Seems like he is always up in these situations.
I know. Joey says hopefully the Padres suck it up soon so you can go get a Robert Suarez. Juice is on board with that idea. Who's going to pitch if it goes to another inning is what Darren wants to know, Tyler.
Well, Keegan threw what, 2 innings last night? I don't see Keegan throwing.
I don't think Keegan's throwing tonight. I don't know. That's a fair question. Who didn't throw? Leiter already threw tonight. Smiley threw last night. Maybe you can get 1 inning out of Smiley.
You might could get Smiley because you got Little, Palencia, Leiter, Almonte, Alzolay.
Neris, but Neris threw the last 2 games?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Everybody's feeling it. David's like, oh yeah, you can smell the Walker redemption. Juice says, yeah, the Cubs don't even have anyone to pitch tonight. Joey claims Tyon's activated mid-game, and then Jeff says, this is not good. I'm in my heart attack years. Yeah, these are the games that shave minutes off of your life for sure.
Yeah.
The stress levels.
I'm on a positive note. He is down 0-2.
He is down 0-2. Oh. If this goes to extras, I do have to run and take a piss. Don't say anything, Tyler. Oh, my God.
Come on.
What are we doing?
Come on.
What are we doing besides stressing all of us out?
Come on, Abbott. Here we go.
11.
All right. There we go.
All right.
Free baseball, boys. Free baseball. Ron, go take your piss.
Oh, I will. Free baseball. Yum.
And as you can see, Adbert is pissed. Well, gosh, that is a good question. Who's pitching in the 10th?
I don't know. All right. I'm gonna go rip a wicked pissa.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Oh, me. Tyon activated mid-game. Joey, I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to see it just because I feel like he would figure out a way to do what he's done. This one will be tough to recover from with that 8-0 loss, man. 2 losses like these, you can yeah. I don't know if it's as bad as the 8-0, 8-0 loss, David. But gosh, yeah, you've got to win this one. You've got to get. Anytime you put up 11 runs, you have to win this one. Take one from me. What if this is the ball game that never ends? Well, in that case, I've got a few more hot dogs. So maybe they'll last. Feels like a loss incoming, but maybe the fates won't get us for the last game. Please, let's sign Craig Counsell to a 10. I mean, I wish they would start West Coast games an hour early. I agree, Rob. I agree, because this whole starting at nearly 9 o'clock and getting done until after 12. Yeah, Arizona pitched 7 guys last night. They're hurting. Well, let's hope they don't have anybody to put out there right now. Juice, that's a good point. Wicks is going to have to go 6 innings. Has to 6 innings, because tomorrow could be a lot like today. Did you guys bring heartburn meds? No, I just brought hot dogs, Joey. Man, who do we got? Oh, Ian Happ, the Grand Slam champion. Maybe he hits one from the left side this time. Michael Busch on second. Got to win this one. But yeah, Juice, I got to ask. I don't know if you were listening earlier. If the Cubs win this game, do you count this as a character win? Because as we've done said, I don't. I don't count it as a character win. I just count it as it's almost like an uncharacter. Ooh. Oh, well, got him over.
Got him in, got him over.
Was more aggressive.
Oh, hey, it's Kevin Ginkel again.
I got another hot dog, Ron.
Attaboy. I don't want to look at
dog.
I don't want to look at another hot dog for a month. Some good comments here.
I agree, Nick. Got to get 2 here.
West Coast games an hour earlier.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Michael Busch finds himself in a pickle, and okay, there we are.
Yay. We like a pickle. Oh, yeah, that's how we forfeit a run in the fucking extras. Lovely. Juice, not a character win.
I agree.
Tony, that's just not good base running. Tony, turn the fucking game off. Go to bed. Please. Literally, they were winning and you came back and then the Diamondbacks started doing stuff. Like, I'm convinced Tony is trying to sabotage his own website because he can't let the Cubs be good, because every time he watches, bad things happen to the Cubs. So with that in mind, Tony, when you lose money, I don't feel sorry. I don't. You do it to yourself. You've done it to yourself.
I feel like Mike Talkman's due right here.
I don't care if he doesn't have baseball juice. Then he can watch a different team other than the Chicago Cubs. He hates the Cubs. He'll tell you he hates the Cubs more than he likes the White Sox. Go watch the Baltimore Orioles or something. At least they're fun.
No. And that's it. We're headed to the bottom of the 10th. That was a quick top half of the inning.
That was a quick top half.
Well, you got Jock Peterson, Eugenio Suarez, and Blaze Alexander.
Felix Heredia on to pitch.
All right, no more hot dogs.
Tony, Diamondbacks are pretty fun. Good, then watch the Diamondbacks the rest of the year because the Cubs don't see them anymore. Then watch the D-backs all year long. Just don't watch the Cubs. Just don't do it. For my own fucking sanity, don't do it. Because then Tyler and I have to quit mid-season, and it's just not going to be fun. And then Juice will quit, and then Nick will quit, and then Joey will quit. We can't have that. You need a Cubs on Tap show. Watch
Daniel thinks
any other baseball.
Daniel thinks Suarez is going to bring it in, but you know what? Daniel, I think you're wrong. I think it's going to be Blaze Alexander. I think Blaze Alexander because it was a Brian Lefevre thing to say earlier as far as Blaze MVP. He just jumped.
Yeah.
He said Blaze Rookie of the Year. Does he win Rookie of the Year? Probably not, but I don't know. It would be Brian's luck that Blaze is going to come up here and hit a whatever, but maybe not. Let's hope not. But man, so many opportunities this game, so many chances, so many things given up as far as by the pitching staff. It's Drew Smiley. Drew Smiley warming up. Look at that. 11 runs, 14 hits.
Yay.
You look at that. Look at that as a normal, just don't even 99% of the time, you should look at that top number on your team, 11 runs, 14 hits, and automatically say, oh, easy win, right? Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Jeff is in for the misery all year with us. Hell yeah, Jeff. Welcome to the club. So again, normally, Jeff, we do post-game shows. That's usually our go-to, but we'll work some of these watch-alongs in, although it feels like we get a watch-along and it's a 3.5-hour game.
I will say, Joey, Smiley's looked all right this year, but I just don't like the situation right now. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Is that Blaze Alexander up at the plate?
No, it's
Eugenio. Oh, who the fuck is that?
No, it is Kevin. Or no, who is it?
Some guy.
It was supposed to be Suarez, but it's not, and it looks like it's going to be a walk-off single.
Stop it.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
Walk-off double, whatever you want to call it. And ladies and gentlemen, this game just made the list.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Well, Ron, I'm sorry they had to do this to you on 999. This was supposed to be your night. This was supposed to be the Cubs' night. This was supposed to be our night. And it was a good night. And we appreciate everybody coming into the comments and joining us. But it just, boy, could this have just ended a little bit better, huh? It actually could have ended a lot better, but man.
It could have ended a lot better. I bet you if Tony Marchese stopped watching the fucking game, they would have won, but that's neither here nor there. But Tyler, there are a couple things I want to talk about with this game. The Cubs are not perfect, I think, is what we have very much learned early in the season. I think we all knew that coming in, but I think it's more so than originally anticipated. I think there's a lot of questions still in that bullpen.
There is.
I think there's still a lot of questions offensively, and now especially without Seiya Suzuki. I think Morel is playing hurt as well.
Yep.
There's a lot of what ifs that are going to happen, and I really think more than ever, we talked about it. We talked about it ad nauseum on this show throughout the offseason. I think sooner than later, we are going to see the point where the prospects need to come up and make an impact, and it's going to be, can Craig Counsell groom these guys as they're trying to win games and be that developmental manager that he was kind of expected to be coming in to replace David Ross? Because I think we're going to see a Matt Shaw sooner than later. I think we're going to see an Owen Casey sooner than later. I know people said that Owen Casey might not even get a look this year. The way the injuries are piling up right now, I think we do see Owen Casey. I think we see Owen Casey before the All-Star break at this pace.
We might between Owen Casey and maybe even Matt Shaw. But they're just at a point. They're at a point right now where I get it. It is April 17th, but it is a crucial point of the season. It's just a crucial point. We may look back at this and be like, this was where they figured it out, or this is where they lost it. But this is like it's time to nut up a little bit, because look, tonight, like we just talked about, I mean, you can see it. I can see it right down here on the bottom of my screen. If you take your finger and just cover the Diamondbacks line, and you just look at ours, you look at the Cubs, and it says 11 runs, 14 hits. Yeah, 2 errors, but you see 11 runs, 14 hits. The story of this game, like I know Bobby and you guys have killed it on the post-game reports. Like I don't see anything else. If I just see that, the story of this game, I should be waking up tomorrow and see a post from Cubs on Tap that says Cubs offense pummels over the scrawny little snakes or whatever you want to call it. And you look back and you pull your finger away and you see the bottom score and you're just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So and tonight and just tonight, like I again, it's April 17th, but you look, I can look up here because I've still got my thing pulled up, my MLB app pulled up. Pittsburgh loses 3-1. Milwaukee loses 6-3. Seattle beats Cincinnati 3-1. This should have been easy. This should have been an easy win as far as, and it never felt like that. It never, yeah, they had let's see here. At one point it was 1-1, but then yeah, it just seemed like even after the grand slam, I mean, we know it. We were sitting here watching it. You knew that wasn't going to be the way it ended, but yeah, this is just a point in the early part of the season where, hey, guys got to figure some stuff out quick.
Yeah.
And if not, they're going to get replaced. Like you said, some of these younger guys are going to get called up in.
Yeah, 100%. David said there is no tomorrow. If anything, you got to win today. Before you know it, it's September again. He's not wrong. Rob says they scored 11 runs. The offense is fine.
Offense is great. Offense is awesome.
I think the offense, but here's the thing: is they scored 11 runs tonight, but they've scored what, 3 runs the last how many games? 4 runs the last how many games?
And just real quick, speaking of the offense, tonight was an awesome night for Nico.
Yes,
this was a game that Nico needed.
They
so
need
awesome to see.
They need guys like Nico and Hap and Belly and Belly to start getting hot. Belly's the guy that needs to start to come on and earn that $30 million a year that everybody was clamoring that this team's incomplete without Bellinger. Right now, if you took Bellinger out of the lineup, this team's the exact fucking same.
Yeah,
offensively, because it hasn't been Belly driving the show. It's been Seiya Suzuki, it's been Christopher Morel, it's been Michael Busch, and the last few days now it's been Nico Horner because he looks like he's coming, to be, himself again. Juice said Diamondbacks good, get a good performance out of Wicks tomorrow, win a series. I agree. Darren says they tarnished a beautiful 999.
I agree, Darren.
Unfortunately, that is the truth. Rob says we won't see Shaw or Casey. I think we will. He says they need Horton with Wicks and Assad in the bullpen. I don't think you'll see any of those guys besides Assad maybe in the bullpen. If Horton's coming up, he's starting games. He's not coming up to pitch out of the pen. I'd be shocked if he comes out. The only way they bring him up to pitch out of the pen is if they absolutely have to. And I think they would rather see a guy like Ben Brown in the pen before they put a guy like Horton in the pen. That's just my personal 2 cents. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. We'll see. There's a long season ahead. And Dave said a little bit earlier, he says it's the kind of that 8-0 blown game. He says it feels about the same. They're blowing these games. Biggest mistake, starting Hendricks is not for him. They potentially win. Maybe. There was a lot of things, I think, though, in this game.
I agree. It sucked. I agree. Like, it feels like they blew this game. I don't feel as bad as the 8-0 game.
Yeah, that one
really sucked. But yeah, this one just, yeah. And like we talked about earlier, this may just be the end of the line for Kyle Hendricks as far as a starter.
Indeed. Cubs are back at it. 2:40 tomorrow. Jordan Wicks on the bump. He will be going against Brandon Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks in the rubber match. And then the Cubbies are back at Wrigley Field on Thursday night. I will be there on Thursday night, so be sure to tune in with the Cubs on Tap account, my personal account as well at Loose on Tap. We'll be posting some shenanigans from around the ballpark on Thursday. That's a 4-game set with the Miami Marlins as the Cubs come back to town. 999 legend, that was our W. Fly it. I appreciate that, Joey. This was good. Darren said I was going to take Tyler and Ron out for a beer and a hot dog after this one. I'm too pissed. I feel that. Joey says later when this was fun. This was fun. This was a blast. We're gonna try to do some more of these throughout the course of the year. It won't be every day, obviously, but we will bake these into our originally scheduled programming. I think over the rest of the season, it's going to be a lot of fun. This was a hell of a product that we put out here tonight for the Cubs on Tap crew. A lot of new faces jumping in the comments section tonight. We appreciate the absolute hell out of all of you joining us. As always, we appreciate those that continually come back and join us in the comment section, like Darren and Jeremiah and Scott and all the beautiful people. And we appreciate the boys, Juice, Joey, Nick, all being in the comment section as well here tonight with Tyler and myself. Tyler, thank you, sir. You're a trooper for hanging on with me all night long. And
I'm just glad to be here. I was glad to be in the presence of greatness. I was glad to say I was present for a moment that I will never forget. A moment, Ron, for the history books.
We did it. The 999 challenge successfully completed. Unfortunately, the Cubs couldn't complete the win. They lose 12-11 in extras. Tyler and I are going to sign off for the night. But before we do, we want to remind everybody Cubs on Tap is truly one of two podcasts here that cover the Chicago Cubs at the On Tap Sports Network. Go ahead and listen to our friends over the Dingers podcast. They were live last night at Digger Cubs on the socials is where you can find them. Be sure to follow us as well at Cubbies on Tap on the socials. I am at Loose on Tap, at Teddy Freddy 270. Joey Knows Nothing, Nick _ on Tap, Juice on Tap, our other co-hosts. And again, at Silent Bob _2, that is Bobby Foster. He's been killing it on the writing side for us here at Cubs on Tap. You know the drill, Bulls, Bears, Blackhawks. We got it all over at On Tap Sportsnet. And Cubs fans, you got friends that like the Southsiders, and so do we. Send your friends, our friends. They can be friends over at Sox on Tap. It was a good one tonight. Darren says, Ron still rock the 999. I appreciate that. The On Tap Sports Network, www.ontapsportsnet.com, and at On Tap Sportsnet on the socials, the On Tap Sports Network. Go and check out what's on tap in Chicago sports. Tyler, what do you say, my friend? This was fun. Nearly 4 hours later.
It was fun.
Any, what do you say? We get out here the only way to know how it comes on tap?
Hey, 999 is cool and tough. And fuck the Cardinals.
And let's go Cubbies, baby.